Canada, you better bring your A game or you'll get cut to pieces like a flash animation frame. Prime content, you get hit from all angles like the crew make it rain when they drop the bingle bangles. Let's go.
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yep.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC scream.
Come on. Going live on stream, I should probably mention this food criminal will need an intervention. Skinny or chicken nuggies, people freak out with tears spilled. Then you wash it all down with the big glass of cheese. Come to every stream to see the one true gamer. Nothing more lame than wannabe Pokemon tamers. While all the claims to date have been represented loosely, sit you here, watch and subscribe to Spooky Sushi out.
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yeah, yeah.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC scream. Everyone tuning in, it's a toxic cure stream.
Worms up, worms up.
It's a toxic cure stream. All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of
What?
rage and feral
What?
YC screams. YC screams.
Wazzy on the mic, I'm like a verbal assassin. I cannot read that name, and you know I ain't asking. They try to diagnose your art host, but I'm 5 apples tall, I don't mean to boast. Flashes on your screen, so you better not swim. Cause toxic top tier, but nowhere near mid, yo!
Everybody tune in, it's a toxic cure stream. Everybody shut your mouth, it's a toxic cure stream. All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage and feral YC scream. Everyone tuning in, it's a toxic cure stream. And they never complain, it's a toxic cure stream.
Yeah.
All them bad opinions on the toxic cure stream. Plus a nice healthy dose of rage
What?
and feral
What?
YC screams. Feral YC screams. Feral YC screams. Feral YC screams. Feral YC screams.
All right. Poison Tight, official remix. What's up, worms?
Hello, you dehydrated fucks who's ready to learn far too much information about a children's spooky stories series that was in the 90s. That's fucking right, you are! Welcome, everybody! We're in here ready for stream, and we're fucking ready to go. Let me welcome you all in and then get right into the assignment. Well, I'll yap a little, let's be honest. Oh, I should probably fucking run an ad so that, oh, no, oop, that's the wrong button. I didn't mean to put you in slow mode for a second. Whoopie-boopie. Let me just run a little ad real quick so that people that like come in don't get slapped with them for like the next like 30 minutes or whatever. But once this ad is done, then I'll do the intros and all that shit. I'll give you guys a minute. Well, we have this minute without regular people here that have been gifted a sub by you guys, which I'm very appreciative of. We're going to talk about subs because we've got a very special event coming up. We've got a little, I was working on the activity book. We got a very special event coming up, a little Crewvember. A little Crewvember coming. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Crewvember for a second. So Crewvember, for those of you who have never been with us in November, Crewvember is a month-long subathon where bad things happen to me and we play games and we hang out and we'll have many assignment streams and we'll do lots of fun stuff all together. And before I release it, I'm going to show you guys currently, it officially releases tomorrow in case I want to make changes. But here is the current list of what's going to happen. Remember, it's all month long. So what's going to happen is Bits and Donos are going to add 1 minute to a Friday stream timer for 2026. I will start up Friday morning streams again for those of us in a different location. However long we have the timer, that's how many I have to do in 2026. So if I have to do 6 hours, well, that's about 3 streams ish. Because I don't want to do them all year, but I will give you guys Friday streams in the mornings. And we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll quickly break it down and then I'll welcome you guys in now that we're off ads. And then we'll get into it. So 50 subs will bring back the Friday streams until 2026. That's why the timer works after. Art request is still active. Thank you for that. I will take that off immediately. I didn't realize it was. Boom, done. Thank you. Then we've got Wazzy Draws Your OC streams, where I will draw your guys' OCs, because you guys haven't had one of those for a while. And then I've got Among Us with the Crew and a t-shirt giveaway. I only expect about 200 in the month, so that's probably where we'll end up. But if you go higher, you've got a Cooking and Hot Ones stream. You've got a Minecraft open server for all of December. You've got a fucking Therapy Rock giveaway. You've got the Crew Masume busts. You've got the Endless Uno stream, and we've got a merch pack giveaway. So that's it. Anyway, that's just the little thing you guys can look at for right now. Overestimating Crew again, I see. I did overestimate them. But if we get 200, dope. Can we have the potato back? We'll see how you guys are this stream, whether or not you get your potato back. Anyway, now that our ads are done, let me welcome you all in, and then I'll get to assigning you guys a fucking Goosebump book. Are you guys fucking ready? Ahem. Hello, Riera. Hello, McWiggles. Hello, Nugget. Hello, Sour. Hello, Chaotic Aztec. Hello, Lava King. Hello, Ace. Hello, Wi-Fi. Hello, Nugget. Hello, Pinky. Hello, Nocturnal Blade. Hello, Plague Doctor. Hello, Sourlight. I think it said Sourlight. That's okay. Hello, Luna. Hello, Dinosaria. Is that everybody? Hello, Jimmy Memer. Hello, Fish with Knife. Hello, Pinky Ada. Hello, Big White Bear. Legal name. Stop hitting me. I'm trying to read. Hello, Big Wiggles. Hello, Sir K. Is that everybody? Is that everybody? Hello, new person. Oh, I'm gonna plant in Midas. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll figure it out. Completely random and out of context. Fun fact: there's an Ubuntu version named Ubuntu, and the Arch Linux version named Nyark. What the fuck are we talking about? Hello, Phoenix Wolf. And I think that's it. Oh, and Jade. And that's it. That's all. Welcome. Oh, and Lurkers, my beautifuls. I'm so sorry. And hello, Lurkers. There we go. That's everybody. Welcome to stream, everybody. Today I'm assigning you a Goosebump book. That's right. A bajillion 62 fucking different Goosebump books, and I've read almost all of them. So this is going to be an embarrassing look into my fucking psyche and how I learned to read, which is bad, as a child. These books all came out in the 90s, and I have a basic idea of the plots. But we'll see what happens as we go along. I might be able to remember the plots. I have general ideas. Some of the books I haven't read. Like, I definitely haven't learned how I learned to fly. But I did read most of these books as a child. So you guys are going to get fun background shit about me. Oh, I want an OC drawn. Ugh, Ghost Pinky. Not really was he giving us a check she's going to regret issuing. That never happens to me, Aztec. Actually hydrated with boba tea. God damn it, Nugget, you need to have water in your body. Don't forget Lurkers. Wazzy forgot me. Wormrack, you didn't say hi until this moment. How am I supposed to say hi when you don't say hi first? Anyway, hi, Wormrack. Right now, my kids are reading Say Cheese and Die and Say Cheese and Die Screaming. Yet somehow, you managed to not get either of those. No, I got Say Cheese and Die. It's right up here. And the second one is called Say Cheese and Die Screaming. It's called Say Cheese and Die Again. It's not supposed to be ads right now. I don't know why he's trying to get there. Anyway.
Knock, knock, fucker.
Fun fact, I had number 10 in the Horrorland series. Hi, Wazzy. I'm currently cleaning up my room, but I wanted to say hi. So I'm going to keep you live while I clean. Well, I hope you are ready to get learned about Goosebump books while you clean. Also, welcome to the crew, Blazing Hawk VT. That might be a disease. You might want to get that checked out. Anyway, Platt says Platt is fine, so we're going to go with Platt. Like platitudes, which I don't know what those are, but... Oh, it was off screen. Listen, there is 62 Goosebump books I have acquired here. I put all the old covers that I remember because my sister shared these with me as a child. And also the Scholastic Book Fair was a thing. And so that's where most of this comes from. So get ready for a trip down to Scholastic Book Fair with your old pal Wazzy B Toxic here. I haven't read any Goosebump books in ages. Yes, but I know most of the plots. The old covers are better anyway. Platitudes, Platinum Dudes, Planet Attitudes. Oh, that's easy. I figured that one out. That's the Power Rangers. That's 5 teenage dudes with attitudes who protect the planet. Got it, Dino. I remember my elementary school having a Scholastic Book Fairs. Yeah, and I would always get a book that came with a fucking... Like, if it came with a doodad. Like, if it was like, buy this Captain Underpants book and you get a eraser, I would be like, fuck, that eraser's gonna be mine. Anyway, let's get into it. For those of you who have never been to an assignment stream before, all your assignments will be up in the Discord afterwards. If you can't stay, I should probably write and pin that. All assignments will be up on stream, or up in the Discord after stream. Smiley face. There we go. Okay. Now, can I pin this, or am I going to need a mod to do it for me? No, I did it myself. I'm a grown woman. I got Frankenstein for my book fair. I just bought bookmarks and markers from the Scholastic Book Fair when I was a kid. See, by that point in time, I was a rich kid. I was a poor kid, then I was a really rich kid, and then I was a poor kid again. But like Scholastic Book Fair time, I was a rich kid. So I'm rolling up there being like, yo, give me my Captain Underpants books. Motherfucker, I learned how to read. Remember, I wasn't hooked on phonics. Last time I went to a Scholastic Book Fair, they had one at my little sister's elementary. It was nice, and I helped her buy a book with a eraser pencil. I believe the book was Minecraft Redstone book. I was poor and wasn't allowed to get anything from the book fair. I know, I thought that was always shit. Like the poor kids had to walk through as well, and it's like, this is just taunting them. Because you could also, instead of just ordering books, you could also walk through and buy while it was live, and they would like be like, oh, poor children, you can go too. Anyway, let's fucking get into it. Let's start assigning you guys a book. Ryura, you are up first, but I would like you to know, Rihanna, holy shit, I cannot speak today, which is real bad when I'm talking about knowing to read. Ryura, as expected, I expect you to find this book and read it. As Ryura does with all assignment streams, I want you to find whatever it is you get assigned. And you know what? What do I want to... Spooky, scary skeletons. Damn it, Luna. I figured out where I want to put you, Ryura. I just got to find where it is on the list. Hold on. Oh, enjoy your trick-or-treating, crew. Okay, Ryura, you're up first. Ryura, I am going to assign you, because you are a little guy, and it's funny, I am going to assign you, Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. which is this book right here. I'll bring it into center focus for you. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Why? Because you're a little guy, and also you take revenge on me sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna give you Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. The plot of Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes, as I recall it, is the kid's mom gets lawn gnomes at a garage sale, and surprise, surprise, the lawn gnomes are evil. A lot of Goosebump books are going to have the same themes, which is where I have acquired a thing, and now the thing is evil. So, anyway, I do remember Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes for, like, specifically chilling scenes at night. I don't know if this is, like, actually in the book or just something I thought was in the book or not, but I remember like a scene at night where like the lawn gnomes are outside and they start like tapping on the fucking window, and then it turns out like the kid looks out and there's nothing there, and like that scared me forever because I was like I'm terrified of something knocking in my window at night. But yeah, I'm gonna give you Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes because it's little guys and they fucking haunt and try to kill you. And if I remember correctly, this book ends badly. I guess I could bring it up actually. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I could bring up the fucking plot. Hold on. Control F. Lawn. Yep. I found the plot of it. Are you fucking ready? I'm only saying this because we're on ads for some people. Ahem. Oh, the lawn gnomes actually win, it looks like. Wait, no. The gnomes freeze in terror, and concluding the gnomes are scared of the sound of a dog whistle. The next morning, the father is saddened at the apparent theft of his lawn gnomes. The replacement is a large plaster gorilla, in which Joe's mother finds hideous. Joe and Mindy decide anything's better than the gnomes and tell their dad they love it. Joe looks up at the gorilla and tells it to be a good gorilla and not be like the gnomes. In response, the plastic gorilla winks at him. So there you go. That's the plot of Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I know ads have started. It comes up and it tells me ads have started. Don't you worry, Nugget. That's why I'm talking about bullshit of the plot of Lawn Gnomes. A lot of Goosebump books I found out through preparing for this stream. They don't end dope. Not all of them end good. Sometimes the kid loses, or it's ambiguous of like, oh, maybe this kid will die. Who knows? It's a mystery. Mom, can I have money for the Scholastic book fair? Do you think we got Scholastic book fair money? No, absolutely we do not. Kakashi, hold on. I hope you put your fucking name in because you were pre-assigned. I think you were one of 2 people pre-assigned. You and Dino Rorio were the only ones pre-assigned. Hello! Oh god, another name I'm gonna fucking butcher. Phosphorordia jelly moth. Fuck my life. What the fuck? We're gonna go with jelly moth. Hi, jelly moth. Memory unlocked. I had to choose your own face Goosebump book. Holy shit. Jelly moth? My favorite was the one where you get it was called Knight in Shining Armor or some shit, or Knight in Evil Armor, some kind of shit like that. That was like my favorite Goosebump book of the choose your own adventure variety. This is just the 62 originals. Who knows? Fucking I remember some of them. But yeah. We're doing this. We're assigning books to everybody in chat today. Hold on, I'm gonna hunt down my Goosebumps Horrorland series. I never read the Horrorland. I never read the Horrorland series. I read the original book, but I feel like when I was a kid, we had an assignment where we had to write our own Goosebump books. Don't ask me what I wrote about. I don't remember. I remember. I remember being a kid and doing a poetry unit. Oh, thanks for a little hip hat. We had a poetry unit, and I had to like write a poem as a kid, and I didn't have like I'm talking like little kid, and like I remember like my poem was like otter otter in the water. Wait, that is not a otter. It's a muskrat. Hit it with a bat. Now I am safe as I eat my cake. And that was the entirety of my childhood poem. Don't ask me why I remember it so vividly, but I fucking do. I remember one about an evil doll and the one where the kid was a dog. Super weird, but they were amazing. I don't think I read books. I remember a live action series that was run on Cartoon Network for a time. At the end, it creates a map of Horrorland when you put them all together. It creates a full map of the. Don't you fucking do knock knocks. To tell us you were a poet. What a pleasant poem. I read a few Goosebump books, but I primarily watched the show. Last book that ever tried to eat me. What? Anyway, McWiggles, you are up next. McWiggles, you're the gentle sort. So,
Hello?
I think I'm going to be nice to you. And oh, great. Wilkins is here. Someone ban that man. Hi, Wilkins. Thanks for resubscribing. Somebody type skibbity in chat. I actually, while I was talking about, fucking the Goosebump books that don't end well. It sounds like a poem like a caveman explaining it. Anyway, I'm going to assign you, McWiggles, the blob that ate everyone. Because the blob that ate everyone is not actually about the blob that ate everyone. It's... Oh, so you guys can't spell. The blob that ate everyone is actually, it's about a typewriter that makes things come true. And like this kid starts writing on this this thing about like, oh, this happens and this happens, and then the things start coming true. And then he starts writing a story about a blob that starts eating everyone, and everybody's like, oh, you gotta change your typewriter to make it so that this blob doesn't kill everyone. And then the kid's like, okay, I'll do that. But then he finds out the blobs that are eating everyone are actually aliens, and they didn't like being abused. So they changed the story to make it so that they ate everyone. And then they all die, except the blobs. The blobs are actually aliens. So, yeah, I like that one because it's not actually about the blob that ate everyone. The blob that ate everyone is what the aliens write, because they're like, fuck these humans trying to fuck us up. So, yeah, I'm going to assign you that one. Can we change the story to make the blobs salt intolerant? Do you remember the Monster Blood one? Bitch, the Monster Blood 1 and 2 are on here. And I think even Monster Blood 3 is on here. I think there was a third. I feel like there was. Yeah, Monster Blood 3 is on here. Monster Blood. A lot of these situations you're going to find it's a kid that gets a thing and it turns out the thing is haunted. Ace... what do I... How did I still get banned? I don't know. Bits did it. What do I want to give Ace? I will stretch, hydrate, and snack. I'm thinking about Ace for a minute. Um, Ace, I'm going to give you How to Kill a Monster. This one right here. Now I will stretch, hydrate, and snack. Thank you, Ballistic Beast. You're thinking something funny. I'm thinking How to Kill a Monster. So How to Kill a Monster is literally, from what I recall, there's monsters that attack these children, and the monster, in the end, the monster gets the kid and then licks it. And then he's like, wait a minute, what are you? Like, are you a human? And the kid's like, yeah, I'm a human. And then the monster's like, fuck, I'm allergic to humans, and dies. And the kids are like, yay, we got rid of all the monster. And then it turns out there's more monsters around, and they're not allergic to humans, and they're pissed off that their monster friend died, and that's how the book ends. And I think they're at their grandma's house, I feel like that was a thing. Again, I can't remember the plots to all these books, but I know I definitely read this one, and I know the definite plot of this is I licked a human child, and I turned out... It's basically lactose intolerance, the book. So that's what I'm going to assign Ace. Ace, please enjoy your assignment of How to Kill a Monster. And also, I'm going to have my snack. That's the monster's fault for trying to eat something he's allergic to. I mean, I'm going to be honest, if I was allergic to gluten, I would still eat gluten. I don't care, man. Gluten is incredible. All right. Coin, are you ready? Honestly, I wonder where Monster thought the kid was. Wazzy, what's the snack of the day? It is candy corn still. I only have a little bit of candy. Okay, I don't have a little bit of candy corn. I have like 7 of my fistfuls left of candy corn. So, the implication is that the monster regularly visits other sentient species to eat. The vampire breath cover reminds me of the day of ways to trap a vampire. All right, Coin, are you ready? Here you go. I'm gonna assign you Phantom of the Auditorium, actually. So Phantom of the Auditorium is basically...
Watch your profanity.
Don't put me on swear timer, that's terrible. I've been so poor this year, I haven't had any candy corn. I brought some harvest corn, which is a little better than candy corn, but I love both. Harvest corn sounds gross. Anyway, Phantom of the Auditorium is a kid who gets put in the play of Phantom of the Opera, but he's a little prankster, and he's like messing around with people, but then people start getting seriously injured, and they're like, Thomas, stop doing that. I can't remember if his name is Thomas. I'm just picking the name Thomas. And like, Thomas, stop fucking around. And Thomas is like, it wasn't me. And they're like, bullshit, Thomas, you piece of shit. And they want to beat him up. And bad things start happening to him. And it turns out there's an actual Phantom of the Auditorium. And I think he dies. Not the Phantom, the kid. I think that one ends bad. I guess I can look up all of these and see if they end bad or not.
Scary skeletons.
I'll just quickly look at the end and tell you guys if this one came out in 1994. Most of you weren't even alive. I think it's ambiguous ending. In France, they changed the name. Wow, a lot of kids die. Cool. Basically, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of Goosebump books end a lot darker than I remember them being. I remember being like, "Haha, I love Goosebumps books," but then yeah, kids die. My favorite is one you'll find coming up soon, hopefully, and I'll tell you about that one and why it's my favorite when we get there. Anyway, Sour Lad's up next, and you know what? Mm, I'm going to give you. What one is this in? This is in green. Okay, perfect. I like color coding them because then I can find them easy. Either death or one last scare for the road ending. Sometimes kids die in Goosebump books. I think Goosebumps may have influenced my love of true crime. I think Goosebumps inspired my love of the protagonist not always winning. I love the protagonist not winning. It's one of my favorite things. I like when my protagonist gets their shit kicked and is like, holy shit, I gotta fucking become stronger or do things different. I love that shit. Anyway, Sour Lad, I am assigning you Return of the Mummy. Mostly because you're a sleepy little guy. You just want to be a sleepy little guy. And in this book, I'm pretty sure you could bring the dead back to life with a chant. And this kid like brings a mummy back to life, and then a curse starts happening. So I know you, and I know you want to be a sleepy little guy, and you can probably only be woken by a secret hidden chant. So yeah, I'm gonna assign Sour Lad Return of the Mummy, so that he can be a sleepy little guy. My favorite one is Ghost Next Door. In Piano Lessons Can Be Murder, it ends a lot different than the show. The piano teacher is dragged to the forest by ghosts of the children who he stole the hands of. Damn! That's cool! Again, I don't remember watching the show. I'll be honest. I don't think... Maybe I did? Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. I remember watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, and they always made that tall kid with the glasses fucking... like do shit. Like they were always like, when they left, they were like, okay, we're leaving for the night. Tall kid with glasses, put out the fire, and then they'd leave. And then the tall kid with glasses always had to fucking put out the fire, and it was bullshit. Anyway, I will reset the swear timer, but I don't think it. I remember one thing about pumpkins that took over the head of some kids who stomped on pumpkins. I don't think that's the plot of Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. I'm pretty sure they were aliens, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we're on Lava King, and I'm going to give you one of the interesting books that I really liked, because this one was not at all what you thought it was. This one fucked your brain in half. Just because of the end. So Lava King, I am assigning you My Best Friend is Invisible, which is a story about a kid, and he's got a friend who's invisible, but it talks to him. He can hear it. And they go on mischief, and they have mischief things, and sometimes the invisible best friend does some bad stuff, and the kid's like, hey, you gotta stop doing bad stuff, invisible friend. And then at the very end, the best friend becomes visible. And the parent and the kid goes, you only have one head and two arms. What are you? And the invisible kid goes, well, I'm a human. And the original kid that wasn't invisible goes, oh my God, Mom, can we keep this human as a pet? And it's literally about an alien who can't see humans until the very end. And it turns out we were following an alien. not an actual kid. And I really liked that one because, like, the whole time you think it's just a human kid and his invisible best friend. And then it turns out, nope, 'twas aliens. It ends a lot like a fucking anime made by Trigger. I don't know if you guys know the anime fucking studio Trigger, but they're the people that made Gurren Lagann and fucking Promare and Kisniver and a whole bunch of other shit. And at the end, they love the end beam aliens all the time. They love where they're like, oh, also at the end, it was aliens actually. So, stop striking me. I remember watching the episode. Hey, everybody, I have arrived to tell you the Chainsaw movie is peak absolute cinema. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's the one where they show they had faces on the back of their heads. And hence, like an episode of The Twilight Zone. I know, and I like that. Anyway, Dino-Roria is up next. Dino-Rorio, you were already pre-assigned.
Whoa.
And you were pre-assigned Calling All Creeps. You probably can figure out why I assigned you this by taking a look at this cover. Let me put it back here and I'll kind of zoom in a little bit so you guys can see the cover. Yeah, maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll zoom in like this so that you guys can see the covers really well of what I'm assigning you. And I'll just look for things in the background. Anyway, Calling All Creeps is basically like a kid played a prank on this kid who was being mean to him. And he's like, hey, call this number if you're a freak. And then he put like the kid's number on there. And then the freaks, who are purple reptile people, are like, yeah, let's call this kid. And they start calling and harassing this child. I can't remember how it ends. Maybe I'll look it up. Hold on. I'll look up how they end. If I remember. Calling All Creeps ends. Do-do-do. It ends with a child having baked goods thrown at him. But sorry. It ends with mind control. I'm sorry. I misinterpreted. It ends with mind control. Basically, the creeps give the kid, Ricky, a bunch of cookies to give to his school, because he's like the class president or whatever, and he gives the kids all these baked goods, and they throw baked goods at him, but it turns out when they eat them, they will become Ricky's slaves. So, yeah. Basically, the dinosaurs are like, hey, Ricky, do you like mind control? Eat these cookies, I guess. That's what I love about Goosebump books. You can't just look at the cover and be like, this is what this book is about. So dinosaurs help enslave children, is basically what the book is about. So I hope you enjoy that, Dino-Roria. Ballistic Beast, you're up next. Let me find your book because I know it. I'm pre-assigning you. Where are you? What layer are you in? Oh, you're in
Boo.
pink, it looks like. Oh, no, you're in purple. Okay. Boo, stop helping enslaving kids, Dino-Roria. It's Ollie from the Factory game all over again. Ballistic Beast, I'm just looking up the end of your book. I'm just gonna, listen, we're gonna extend this stream a bit because I want you guys to know how the end of the book happens. Oh, okay, here we go. Ballistic Beast, I am assigning you a book I actually still have. Like in my house. I'm giving you The Beast from the East, which is this one right here. Beautiful cover book. The color composition on this cover is absolutely stunning. The guy who did all these arts is fucking incredible, and this one is like my favorite just because of the color composition. Absolutely incredible. Anyway, Ballistic. So from what I remember of this book is the beasts want to play a game with a bunch of children that they capture. And if you lose, you get eaten. That's the whole point, is if you lose the beast game, you get eaten. And at the end of your book, the kids think that they're safe because they're like, oh, we're such a high level. The kids, you know, the kids are winning. But at the very end, a beast that's the same level as them tags them and basically makes them lose. And it's implied that the kids get to be eaten. But yeah, it's about a book about some nice friendly bears that just want to play a dangerous game of tag with you. But that's what it is. Hi, Dave. Thanks for resubscribing. We're assigning Goosebump books today. But yeah, your story does not end well either, Ballistic Beast. But it's just about some nice, happy fucking beasts that want to fucking, you know, eat a guy or some shit. You know, sometimes you just want to eat a guy. Let's take a look here. It's easier for me to, like, figure it out when I can see all of them, but I'll zoom in when I assign you guys something. Pack, did you miss me? Hi, baby Dr. Liam. Just beast things. Beep, beep, beep. Aztec, you're next. And I think, this is going to be very weird, but can you just stick with me on this? I am going to assign you A Night in Terror Tower, which is this one right here with this axe guy on it. So let me find out how your book ends. Do you guys want to know how your book ends, or do you want to be like, no? Because I kind of like looking. But if you guys are like, Wazzy, we don't want to know, then I will cease reading it. But, anyway. Aztec, I'm assigning you Night on Terror Tower, which is basically some kids go to London and see the sights, and they're like, Real, look up the end. Oh, no, I looked up your Garden Gnome one already. I'll look up if I forgot to look up anybody. But Aztec, yours is basically some kids go to England or London, England, and they go into a tower and they get lost from their tour group, and then the tower closes down, and then they basically get sent back in time, kind of, and they can't escape the tower, and listen, they go through time, and hold on. I'm reading it because I can't quite remember it. Oh, the kid's uncle killed their parents and planned on killing them in order to take the throne. But then they have a magic chant to send them back to the future. And, it turns out a guy that was trying to help them in the past has been brought forward in the future with the kids. And they make sure, to take him in order to prevent him from being executed. They agree to call themselves Sue and Eddie, and he calls himself Mr. Morgan and acts as the kid's father from there on in. So it's about kids who go back in time and almost get murdered, and then an old wise man comes and saves them, and then he comes back to the future with them and is now their dad. That's what the book is about. I feel like the TV show covered it. Again, I don't remember watching the TV show. So you guys are just going to go with my shitty memory of the book and what this fucking Wikipedia of Goosebump books I found says the plot is. And they live happily ever after. So at least Aztec's book has a nice ending. So that's good. But I don't know. I just like the idea of Aztec being locked in a tower and being sent back in time. Um, I don't know why. I think it's funny. I know Aztec's not the one that started the whole like fucking. Do you think I would survive in the medieval times? That was Snake, but I feel like Aztec might like do well. Aztec can craft and therefore can barter. Aztec will like crochet like a fucking thing and be like, haha. Anyway, I gotta change my outfit. Boop. I was supposed to make a new outfit today and then I got distracted by other shit. Mostly doing activity book pages, but it's fine. But yeah, that's your story. I know it's I do violence. Snake can't get back from the Middle Ages because he might survive, and that would ruin the joke. Yeah, exactly. The only book I remember reading had something to do with a swamp. There's a lot of books that have to do with swamp. You're going to have to be a lot more specific. Wi-Fi, I'm going to give you another, like, travel one. I hope you're ready. I'm going to give you this one right here in the center. Fuck me. Work with me here, MS Paint. You fucking hoe bitch. There we go. I'm going to give you the Haunted School Wi-Fi, and let me tell you why the Haunted School. Because the Haunted School isn't actually a fucking haunted school. This book is very deceiving. So, the school is not quite haunted. It has a portal to another world where children, like, where there's no color in it. There's no, like, everything's just shades of gray. Time to send Wazzy to the little creek. The swamp, what are you doing in my swamp? I refuse to take Chicken as a representative of the chicken nugget community. Listen, Nugget. I'm thinking of giving it to Bits because it has a thing in it that I vividly remember and it would be funny to give to Bits. Anyway, in the haunted school, there's a portal to another world where everything is gray, and then the kids that live in the gray world are like, fuck you, we want to take over the color world. So they want to get through, and kids have to fight, I think, if I remember correctly. They have to fight the evil world's children. So that, you know, they don't fucking get through and come to the color world. And I remember the end having something to do with, like, lipstick or something. It's reverse racism. I mean, it's just regular racism, I feel. Your book ends. Tommy and Ben flee and return to the gymnasium. When Tommy and Ben come back, they see their classmates standing ready to get their photo taken. Oh yeah, you got sent back in time with photos. That's how. Tommy and Ben join them for a picture and freak out when they discover the school photographer is Mr. Chameleon. The story ends with Tommy screaming no as Mr. Chameleon snaps the picture. Mr. Chameleon is the bad guy who's sending people to the evil world that has no color in it, I assume. Yeah. A photographer named Mr. Chameleon sent them to this colorful world with his camera during class photos as punishment for the class fooling around on picture day. Everyone was transported to this world, gradually lost their color. And that's the story. So, Wi-Fi, I am assigning you. The time children got sent to another world and almost died. And then at the end, they died anyway. And the bad guy's name is Mr. Chameleon. Karma, 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 chameleon. I like that much of the books, the assignments are not as obvious as you think. Kids have to fight? What is this? Your average shonen? Man, that's one petty teacher. I'm going to be honest. I remember the plots of some of them. Most of these I'm just like picking like the ones I'm like, hee, this one is nice from what I remember. And assigning you guys like that. I never know what's going to happen. I'm concerned about your high school. With Dr. Liam going, that's high school. You've never been sent to an alternate world at high school? Pff, basic bitch. Um, Nugget, I think. Where do I want to put you? Huh. Oh, Nugget, I know what I'm going to assign you, actually. Boom! I'm going to assign you the girl who cried monster. From what I remember of this story, it is a girl who likes to tell monster stories to her sibling. And she's like, get fucked, motherfucker. And she tells all these scary monster stories, and everybody's like, oh, you dumb broad, stop telling monster stories. And then, let me read your end here. She's like, oh, the librarian's totally a monster. Yeah, it turns out that, okay, so it turns out okay, it turns out the librarian is actually a monster. And Lucy is like, oh no, he's a monster. She goes and she tells her parents, and they go, well, let's invite him to dinner. And she's like, what the fuck? And they invite him to dinner. And he's like, what's for dinner when he shows up? And they're like, you are. And then her mom and dad turn into monsters and they eat the librarian who's a monster. And then they look at her and they're like, we don't want any other monsters in the neighborhood because we want to eat people. Also, you and your brother are also monsters. And we don't want, and you can't join us because your teeth haven't grown in yet. So yeah, it's about a monster girl who cries monster. And then it turns out she is a monster, and then they eat the monster because they don't want other monsters in the neighborhood. And that's the one I'm assigning you, Nugget. Please enjoy The Girl Who Cried Monster and then is actually a monster and then ate another monster. Because that's fun. What a weird fun happenstance that is. I used to tell monster stories to my siblings until I got in trouble for it. Is that when you became a monster and you ate your other siblings? All right, let's see. Funny thing was that one got me into Goosebumps. See, I'm so good at these without even meaning to be. Weird Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor, I'm going to give you How I Got My Shrunken Head, which I think ends okay. If I recall correctly, hold on. How I Got My Shrunken Head came out January 1996. It's about a kid who learns jungle magic, and he gets a fucking he gets a gift of a shrunken head from his aunt, and then he goes to the jungle and he learns jungle magic, I guess. And he encounters a tiger, and what? I'm reading the end of it now, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? The kid almost gets his head shrunken by a dude who's like, tell me how to use jungle magic or I'll shrink your head. And then Mark shrinks that guy's head. And they run off into the jungle, never to be seen again. And then as he returns home, He no longer has jungle magic, but he gets to keep a shrunken head that his aunt gave him. And then the shrunken head opens his mouth and talks to him. So yeah, that's the story of how I got my shrunken head. It's about learning jungle magic. It's about learning jungle magic and other things. So, Plague Doctor, please enjoy how I got my shrunken head. I gift to you jungle magic. Quote unquote. That is literally what it's called. They got away. In this one, yes, the people that he shrinks with jungle magic get away. But yeah. That's that one for you. I still have 20 to go. Holy shit. I'm doing a bad job today. I'm sorry this is a boring stream, you guys. I thought this would be fun kind of going through, but now I'm realizing I don't remember as much as I think I should. No, I mean, my siblings got away. I didn't eat them. Oh, you should have. Probably should have. No, this is fine. You're doing fine. I'm trying my best. This is my childhood. You know what, Jade? Also, it's fun listening to you have to remember these books and also Googling them frantically in the background while I assign them. I am going to assign Jade The Ghost Next Door. Because from what I remember, it's just literally a ghost neighbor kid. It's just a story about a kid who's got a ghost as a neighbor, if I recall. But we'll find out. We'll Google it. Oh. So the neighbor, okay, it's a kid, it's a girl who thinks her neighbor is a ghost. But it turns out she is the ghost. After realizing this, she overhears her neighbor talking about how she died in a house fire. And she realizes this is why no one ever paid attention for her except for who she thought was her ghost friend. And here's how your book ends. So Hannah and Danny is the kid that she thought was a ghost, and it turns out he wasn't. She was the ghost. Managed to escape from a burning house as ambulances begin arriving to the scene. Back home, Danny explains to his mother, that Hannah saved him, but nobody believes him as she was dead. They try to explain that Hannah passed away 5 years ago. Hannah, who followed Danny home, begins to notice that everything around her is fading. She hears the voice of her parents calling to her to return to them. As Hannah begins fading away from the real world, she cries a final goodbye to Danny, asking that he never forget her, hoping he'd hear her final request. So yeah, the story is about a girl who didn't realize she was fucking dead. I love Goosebump books. It's fucking... It's fun because they give hints about it the whole book. And that's the story. It's a story about a girl who's like, my best friend is a ghost, and it turns out, no, actually, bitch, you the ghost. There you go, Jade. That's actually kind of sad. Listen, not all Goosebump books are good. Not all Goosebump books are created equal. Most of them are bad. But, like, come on, I was a child. Like, I was learning to read. My sister had most of the books first because she was born before me. But she didn't really like them. She had, like, 2 or 3 that she had as a kid. And then I came along and I, of course, got all the hand-me-down stuff. And I was like, whoa, Goosebumps! And I thought they were incredible. And my stupid ass was like, I'm going to read every single one of these. Damn, I can't believe she was dead the whole time. Should have known. I know, Donnie. We should have figured it out. Anyway, Pinky, you're up next. Are you ready, Pinky? Let me look up your book that I'm going to give you. What am I going to give you? Um, do I even remember this book? Someone makes a meme of Jade and Danny. Jade is the ghost. I would love that. Okay, I'm gonna give Pinky the very first Goosebump book that I ever read in my entire life. This was the first book that my sister had, and I was like, oh my god, this book is incredible. Give me more. Um, so let me fucking find out how yours ends. Yep. Okay, we're going for it. Pinky? Don't worry, Jelly Moth. I'll assign you a book even though we just met today. And I don't know you too well. You'll still get a Goosebump book. Don't worry, buddy. If you miss it, it'll be in the Discord afterward, but I'm still going to give you a book, whether you like it or not. This one is mostly made up. This isn't as good as my regular assignment streams because I don't know the books as well as I thought I did. But anyway. Wait, Jade is Umbreon, right? Yes, it's Jaded Umbreon. Anyway, here we go. Pinky, I'm assigning you. It came from Beneath the Sink, which is the first Goosebump book I ever fucking read. And it's one of my favorites. So let's find out what your book is about. It's about a sponge that kills people, if I recall correctly. And it's about kids who find a sponge under the thing and it kills people. And then they get a weird encyclopedia that says the creature is called a gruel. And it thrives on bad luck. And when somebody finds a gruel, it can't be given away, or else the owner will die within a day. The gruel is also closely related to a creature called the Lanx, a potato-like creature with fangs that is reportedly much more dangerous. But then it turns out their gruel that they find goes missing. And they try to destroy the gruel. Oh, wait. What the fuck? It goes missing. One boy ends up hitting it in the head with a baseball bat, and the boy who's holding the sponge tosses it as Cat as he rushes to check on his friend. Cat and her brother travel home. Cat tries to destroy the gruel by dropping it in the sink and turning on the garbage disposal, but the creature fights its way back out of the drain. Daniel tries to retrieve the book that it initially used to identify the gruel, hoping to find more information, but he doesn't learn anything. According to the book, this creature can't be killed by violent means, so Cat has an idea. She begins to sing sweetly to Gruel, cuddling it, and the Gruel begins to shrink. It is defeated by kindness. And soon after, their dog returns, and everything seems fine. They go out for ice cream, but when they get back, they notice their dog is carrying something. A thing that looks like a potato with fangs. So yeah, your story is about a monster they found under the sink that can only be killed by kindness. The power of friendship. Yes, if you sing sweetly enough to Pinky, it'll kill them. Pinky goes outstanding. That was the first book I read, and I was like, this is incredible. I need more. And then I learned to read. Not well, but I did learn to read. Jimmy, you're up next. And I'm going to give you one that's... God, do you want to do this one? Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. Because I remember this one. Kind of. I gotta find it on this list. There it is. Jimmy, I am assigning you. If this thing will move over more. No, it won't. Okay, hold on. The fact that I'm zooming in makes it that I can't, I can't move to the side as much, so hold on. There we go. Jimmy, I am assigning you the cuckoo clock of doom. Because from what I remember, it's about an evil cuckoo clock that turns time backwards. And it's about a kid erasing his sister from existence. And I think that's it. Yep, it's a kid who keeps waking up younger and younger, like Benjamin Button or some shit. Until he's... Okay, wait. Michael realizes this is his chance. His parents are heading towards the antiques department. And while his parents get into an argument over the kitchen table, he crawls towards the cuckoo clock. Just as it rings for the 12th time, he grabs its head and twists it forward again. And he sets the dial to 1995, accidentally knocking off an unknown year in the process. There's a bright flash of light. Michael's immediately taken back to the morning of his 12th birthday. Although it's not quite the present, Michael is still happy to be 12 years old again. However, he notices that Tara, his sister, is nowhere to be seen. During his 12th birthday without Tara, his bike isn't scratched at all, his birthday cake is actually eaten, and Mona's best friend tells Michael that Mona has a crush on him, which makes Mona blush. A few days later, the cuckoo clock is delivered again, and Michael discovers an error. Its year dial is now missing one certain year. The one in which Tara was born. Michael realizes that after the year was knocked off, it skipped that year Tara was born, which prevented her from coming into existence. Michael assures that he'll go back and retrieve Tara, eventually. Although given the humiliation Tara put Michael through in his life earlier in the book, the risks in which he would be taking to go back in time, and the fact that he narrowly escaped oblivion the first time, it's strongly implied that Michael will never go back in time to get his sister back, due to how terrible she was to him. So yeah, I'm assigning you the evil cuckoo clock, where the kid basically abandons his sister to never exist because she was mean to him and scratched his bicycle. I have a sister, but she was a fucking bitch. Michael, we have to go back. Anyway, Jimmy, there you go. Ludwig Kaiser. Yes, you could go back in time and make it that Ludwig Kaiser never beat up Jimmy, that one CWF. I don't remember reading that one. I don't remember reading that. I just know, like, I feel like maybe I did watch the show. Was that one on the show? Anyway, let's carry on. Wait, I got my revenge match and won. Sir Kunimud is next. I will stretch, hydrate, and snack. Thank you. Goosebumps is still making books. Are they? I don't know if they are. I feel like there was like a controversy with R.L. Stein, but I can't remember anymore. I can't remember what it was. Okay. I'm going to assign this book for Sir Kunimud based solely on the cover, because I don't ever remember reading this book, and we're going to learn about it together.
Do you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
He just put out a book last year. They just made a new game. Also, I always know as Werewolves or Smash. All right. Sir Kunimud, I'm assigning you Welcome to the Dead House because I really like the aesthetics of it. It's probably about a town that is haunted as dead. Let me quickly read a synopsis here. Yep, it's about kids who go to a new town. But then it turns out that there aren't any people in the houses or yards. And strange things keep happening. 2 weeks later, Petey goes missing and they can't seem to find him. That night, Josh comes to Amanda's room and theorizes that Petey went into the cemetery, just like last time. And they head out to check. They bump into Ray, who warns them about being out so late. In the cemetery, they find gravestones with their new friend's name on them, including Ray. Ray confirms that it's his, and he actually is fucking dead. Yeah, it turns out everybody's dead. Yeah, everybody, they managed to escape when a kid hits a guy on the head with a flashlight, and it turns out dead people crumple under light. They knock down a tree to kill all of the living dead. Karen thanks Amanda for doing this before she dies. They rescue their parents and go home to quickly pack up. As the Benson family leaves the dead house, they see a new family on the driveway. Amanda notices these people are being guided by someone who looks like Mrs. Dawes. She brushes this off and tells one of the kids that she used to live in their house. And the Benson family drives away. So yeah, Sir Kadima, please enjoy The Dead House, where everyone was dead and you have to kill the living dead with a tree. These books are fucking wild. I think we should write a children's book, crew. I think we should write a children's book. I think we have the knowledge and wherewithal to write an incredible children's book. You're close, surprisingly close. Oh my. Hi Nick, what's up? Welcome to Wazzy's assigning you Goosebump books that she kind of knows. And you guys get the results. And then we read the end of the book to find out what happens. Can it involve kids dying? I mean, obviously, we want a bad end. All right. Big White Bear is up next. Do I go the classic route with Big White Bear? Yeah, let's go the classic route. He's big, he's white, he's a bear. Hold on, I gotta go back. Can you please work with me here, website? Please. I need to know the end of these books. Anyway, I'm gonna be assigning Big White Bear the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. And give me a second, because I can't... I can't... I'm trying to get back to the page I was on, but the website has decided to go kill myself. It's like, no, go fuck you, Wazzy. Goosebumps. Please. List of Goosebump books. Thank you. God. Okay. Because from what I remember this one, it's not actually about the snowman. I think the snowman's just in there. Oh, God. This is a long fucking book. Okay. With all of Crow's weirdness and stupidness, I shall write the best kids book ever. Not sure why, but I'm really fucking pumped for the end where the children fucking die. Am I the purple fella? Yes, you are. No, that's Miss XD. Anyway, it's about children who go to Alaska from Pasadena, and they're like, damn, this sucks ass. And then they have to march through the snow, and they get stuck there. And then it looks like they go to a mysterious cabin where they find a snowman, or a fucking abominable fucking snowman trapped in ice. And they steal several snowballs from his cave. And they sneak them into the trunk as they also steal the creature. They radio a helicopter for help, and before long they are back in Pasadena. Jordan's father hides this abominable snowman in their backyard's darkroom, hoping to soon bring the creature into the hands of the right people. Their friend Lauren is eager to know everything about their trip, but doesn't believe their supposed encounter with the snowman. To prove they're not lying, Jordan takes her to the dark room and shows her the snowman. Laura is stunned. Suddenly, Nicole takes one of the snowballs from the trunk and throws it at Laura. However, she misses, and to their surprise, the snowball doesn't crumble. It grows until it fully encases the entirety of a palm tree. Lauren is excited to see snow in Pasadena. She grabs another snowball and hurls it at Nicole. The snowball hits her and spreads over her until she's frozen in a statue of snow. They try everything they can think of to get Nicole out. Then Jordan gets the idea that the snowman may be able to thaw her out. He lures the creature out with trail mix, and before long, the creature breaks out of ice. The snowman sees Nicole and wraps his arms around her until she melts on the snow. And then they leave the dark room. They decide to bury the remaining snowballs in a vacant lot so that no one will ever find them. Their father arrives home and is disappointed to learn that the creature escaped. However, Jordan and Nicole go outside. They see two twins digging up their snowballs. And then they throw a snowball directly at Kara, and that's where the book ends. Yeah. Ice Mage. They steal the whole creature with a fucking helicopter. Steve says, just got in. I'm visiting my mom here in the hospital. Hopefully she's doing better. I hope she's on the upswing now. Wow, the snow covered everything. Let's throw it at our friends. So yeah, the Abominable Snowman of Pasadena is the time we stole the creature from Alaska, brought it to Pasadena, and then just let it go. And then, that's the end of the story. Man, Goosebump books are a fucking trip. Anyway, that's for you, Big White Bear. Please enjoy the time we threw a snowball at a kid and almost killed them. Oh boy, it's time for Kakashi, who was pre-assigned. Boop, 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 doo. I know it's up here. Boop, 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 boop. I know it's right here. Boop, boop, boo, doo, doo, doo. Boo, doo. This technically should go to Pinky because it's like, oh, we're on ads. Hold on, we gotta wait. Don't worry, this gives me time to look up what I need to look up while we are waiting on ads. I'll just talk about other stuff. Goosebump books are great because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you'll get a good ending where it's like, yeah, the kids win. And other times you get turned into an abominable, like, a fucking block of ice. And that's it. Yeah, but yeah, we're going to be assigning Kakashi. Be careful what you wish for. And I'm just quickly reading it. And yeah, and man, this book sucks. Holy shit. Sorry we kidnapped you from your home. Go fucking wild. I mean, if I was a big old fucking snowman in like the hottest weather known to man, I would go on a rampage. You know, I would straight up go on a fucking rampage. Most of the times the books ended okay because of small children. But the Haunting Hour was way more teenage murder friendly. I genuinely think this is what made me like when the main character loses. I genuinely think this is what made me be like, yeah, it's okay if the main character fucking sucks and gets their ass kicked. I like when that happens. I don't know why I did it that way, or why I like it that way, but I'm gonna guess it's because of fucking Goosebumps. And their ass being like all the time being like, also, womp womp, we made the end ambiguous. Here's one last little spooky thing that could happen to these children. Also, if you guys are wondering, I already pre-assigned myself. There's a book on here, which is 100% me coded, and none of you can have that book because, you know, at the end, whenever we end this, I usually take what's ever left over. This time, there's a book specifically left alone to be assigned to me. So That's what I'm doing. And somehow I'm bleeding. What the fuck? What did I do? Oh, that's the problem. Where's my Band-Aids? Huh. I think I know what book it is. I'm pretty sure you do, Dave. If you know Goosebumps, you know which book it is. And it's about that time that kid loved something and then they turned on him and then he wound up having to eat them and he hated it. Let me just slap this Squirtle Band-Aid on the place where I'm now bleeding. Jesus Christ! I'm bleeding here, Levi! What the fuck? Can you know 63 fucking gift subs? What the fuck is wrong with you, Levi? Levi, what the fuck? Levi, we are trying to have a fucking we're trying to have a Goosebump stream in here! What the fuck? How dare you, Levi? It's a demonic pack. Your blood fuels my drive, Wazzy. I don't like the implications of that. What an odd number. 63. That's suspicious. 63 is an odd number. You gotta manually do that shit. What the fuck? I was just sitting here wasting out the fucking, what's it, you follow goal? Oh, your follow goal. Yeah, that's a follow goal. Your follow goal said 63. Yeah, that's a follow goal. Not a fucking slap everybody with 63 subs goal. What the fuck? What the fuck, Levi? All right, well, there's Levi's hype train. I guess there's a hype train now, everybody. Please enjoy the 63. Now, if it was 64, but 63. God damn it! God damn it for you, Rob. God damn. Fuck. That's so much money. What the fuck? Why would you do
Do you
that,
remember
Levi?
the tallest man you've ever
Levi,
seen?
I can't refund this, and you know that. Oh, man. I'm like that one uncle who appears out of the blues after years of the drops gifts and F off. You do this to me all the time, Levi. You and fucking Golden...
I love Bingles. They're comfy and easy to wear.
And Golden Wind John. I don't see you for months, and then you show up, like, bring the fucking Bingle apocalypse upon my skull, and then fucking leave. And I'm like, but wait, come back. It's like Mary Poppins. You come into my life, fix my shit, and then fuck off. And I'm like, but wait, will you want to hang out sometime? And you're like, no. Fuck. God damn it, Big White Bear and Phoenix Wolf for throwing Bingles. Trying to get on this train. That's
Who's
Nanny
tough?
McPhee.
I'm the Bingo Lord.
Because I like your content, and your mad lass made me go, yes, someone as unhinged as me. I've never been unhinged. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just out here assigning people Goosebumps books. Fuck me. Thank you, Levi. That's very sweet of you. Holy shit. Thank you for so many fucking gift subs, Levi. You could have waited, though. Crewvember is literally in 2 weeks' time. But thank you. You know what? No, actually, I appreciate that it happened now, and I don't get hit with the Crewvember prize. Damn it! Dave, I'm being striked.
Getting ready for a hot Bingo summer.
God damn it, Dave. You striked me so much. God damn it. I think it's 100 Bingles hits me. Cookies, warning, may contain monster spores because either mind control or mutation into creeps. The year's almost over, Wazzy. I know, thank God. I love that you people pay me because it makes me feel special and like I'm actually worth something, but I also hate when you guys pay me because that means I survived another month and we continue this charade. Fuck. Also, hi, Poker, what's up? Welcome to stream. And you told me of Crewvember? I think I did. I think I did during Extra Life when you did this last time and ruined my life. Every 10 bits is one item thrown. I still remember when Ramen shared 100 in that last, or 10,000 that lasted. How do I join Crewvember? You show up. Crewvember is just an event that we do. It's all month long in November. Anyway, please enjoy your fucking... God damn it, Ryu and Poker Dealer and Fish. Stop hitting me with bingles. All right. Fucking... Let's get into it. We're back from ads, and it doesn't matter because Levi just totaled everybody, and now we don't have to worry about ads. Anyway. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm assigning Kakashi. That's where we were. Kakashi. Kakashi, I'm assigning you Be Careful What You Wish For, which is a story about a girl who is a klutz. She is both tall and clumsy, and she is teased constantly. God damn it, don't knock me. Because she is tall and clumsy, she is constantly teased. Now there's like 12 sets of 12 dudes here. There's always just 12 dudes. Anyway, wait, I gotta figure out what gives her. Then one day when she's going home, she's stopped by a mysterious woman and she says that she is lost. And the woman introduces herself as the Crystal Woman. And Sam, the girl who's tall and awkward, decides that she will guide the woman to her destination. So this Crystal Woman, says she will offer Sam 3 wishes. So she wishes she was the strongest player on her basketball team. And then it turns out she's the strongest of her basketball team. And then she finds that all of her teammates are playing horribly. Her wish
Make Bingle rue the day that he thought he could give Cave Johnson bangles. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the Bingles.
God damn it, Big White Bear, stop striking me. It turns out all her other players are just worse. She is the same level of skill at basketball. Everybody else is just worse. It's like a monkey paw of wishes. Not my house. Would Fazbear Frights be Gen Z Goosebumps? Never say that again, Jimmy. Anyway, it turns out all these wishes she makes, they turn out bad. Then, one day she sees her friend talking to the Crystal Woman. And Sam suspects that Judith's wishes will probably go bad, which makes her chuckle. Then Judith shouts, "Bird, why don't you fly away?" Then it turns out Sam feels lighter than before. She sees a worm. She eats the worm. She flutters her wings and gleefully flies away, unaware that there's anything wrong. So it's basically a story about a girl who gets a bunch of monkey paw wishes, and then her evil rival also gets monkey paw wishes, and then wishes that she was a bird. And she turns into a bird. What the fuck? Why are you guys doing so many gift subs? What's happening today? I'm literally badly reading fucking Wikipedia entries about... This is not the content you should pay for. I'm badly reading Wikipedia articles about Goosebump books. Why is this happening? What is happening? It's not even Friday the 13th. What the fuck? Levi, what the fuck is happening? I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That's it. Stream over. I'm leaving. I'm fucking... God damn it. God damn it. God fucking... I'm gonna cry on the floor. I'm gonna fucking cry on the floor. Can't hear you over the hype train. Pay for what you see in the world, I guess. This is the content we tune in for. God fucking damn, I'm gonna cry on the floor. Please stop paying me. Oh, I'm doing so bad today. And everybody's like, here's money to make you feel like you're a good streamer. Oh, God. Fuck my life. Thank you, Ryu, for those. God damn it. Thank you, Phoenix Wolf. God damn it. If we get past level 14, we break the record. Don't break the record.
Do you know any other words that start with F?
For bingo?
Yes. Anyway, if you guys missed it, I assigned Kakashi a book where a girl makes a bunch of bad wishes and then she turns into a bird. Time to DoorDash Wazzy some Arby's. If we break the record, I will eat Arby's. Not this stream because I gotta make dinner, but Monday. Whatever we do it on Monday, which I think is another assignment stream. If we break the record, then Monday I will eat Arby's. I will eat the gross sandwich from Arby's. How about that? Wait, what's the record? It's level 14 hype train. I guess. That's what Big White Bear is saying. Why do you torment yourself? Because it won't happen. Listen, I know, unlike this bitch I just read about, I don't have to be careful what I wish for because I'm smart. Me and Arby's actually have a lot of common. You're wet meat? Is that what you're about to say? I fucking hate Arby's so much. I fucking hate Arby's so much. Literally is the grossest fast food. There's one Arby's in my town and it's like on the other side of the city. So I have to go to the other side of the city. God damn it, Steve! You're supposed to be comforting your sick mother! Steve, you stupid...
Introducing Bingo Blue, now for only 8 bangles a month.
Steve, you're supposed to be comforting your sick mother! God damn it! Okay. Anyway, I fucking hate Arby's, but if I will get that fucking wet ham sandwich, I don't even know what it's called. I wish Kakashi was here so they could tell me what that fucking stupid sandwich is. The wet one. And I would eat that, but I won't. Okay, anyway. Big White Bear, you stupid bitch! Ah!
If they have no blood, let them see.
Of scum and bingly.
There's 19 things going on. Hold on. Yes, we reached the new record. Please stop. Thank you, Levi, for 30 more gift subs. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Dave, for 10 more gift subs. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Fish, for 100 bangles. You're not supposed to be paying. You're supposed to be focusing on your mortgage. Fuck you, Big White Bear, for fucking... What was up? How many? 10 more? Jesus Christ. Welcome to the crew. God name I can't read. We're gonna Fushi Ganba o Tableta. I tried my best. Oh my god. That's taunting me, I feel. Holy shit. I'm just trying to assign Goosebump books to people. Please stop. Oh, God, please stop throwing money at me. Please just let me assign Goosebump books to people like a Scholastic book fair. Holy shit, you butchered it. You killed my name. Lizard. Fucking lizard button. Fuck. Fushi Gibana, I think. I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but we're trying our best, trying to butcher names. Also, hello, Lu Nu. Black Cherry Wazzy is angry. God, I hate Black Cherry Cola. I hate all colas, honestly. They've never made an interesting flavor. 178 new worms have been added to the crew. Welcome, new crew members. I'm sorry you were gifted a sub, but I don't have enough followers for the subocalypse that just striked me. God damn it, do not knock sticker me. Oh. Why was I gave one sub? I don't have enough followers for the subocalypse that just happened. I'm trying to survive my subpocalypse. No apologies, Wazzy. Say thank you. No, I shan't. I'm the internet bad boy and I won't have emotions. Do not. Wait, was that actually real or was that a sticker? No, that was a sticker. Fuck you, big white bear. Oh, God. Okay. Wazzy, the only good Coca-Cola flavor was the cocaine one. Yes. I'm back. I had to go. Did somebody get Terror Tower yet? Yes, I think so. Okay, alright. Hi, everybody. Let me try to fucking... let me try to fucking... Sorry, Lou. I didn't know it would teleport people out of other streams. Please go back to your regular scheduled content. Let me try to fucking... Twitch does that? What a bullshit thing. If you're given a sub, it automatically teleports you to that person? What the fuck? What the fuck, Twitch? We gotta have some... Oh, great. Fucking Furbies here. Can you guys stop with the stickers? I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm trying to get back on track here. Trying to fucking compose myself. Because I just got subpocalypse and also hit with a whole bunch of things. Okay. Alright. We're cool. We're cool. We're normal. Everything's fine. Oh. I won't lie. My love of Twitch has been skewed. It's been skewed for me too. But also, we live here. Okay. I guess Monday I am going to Arby's. Congrats on having so many great fans. I do have nice people here. Thank you guys so much. You didn't need to do that. You never have to pay to be here. I don't know what inspired you to pay. We're literally just giving motherfuckers Goosebump books. But thank you guys so much. It's very kind of you. So I guess I'm going to Arby's on Monday. Matt, I don't know if you're here in audience right now, but if you can hear me, we gotta get Arby's on Monday.
I don't want your damn Bingles. What am I supposed to do with these?
What a terrible time to be alive. Levi, please! Not again, Levi! Levi, please! At least these ones don't hit me. Please stop spending money on me. You guys have more important things. Oh my god. You're in the same house, just yelled at Matt. I mean, I guess I could... Valiant, no! Crew, please. Crew, please stop. You are teleporting people here of their own unwill. People are getting sent here.
Scary skeletons.
Crimes are happening right now. You are kidnapping people from their other streams by doing this. Please, we don't have enough followers to gift any more subs. You are kidnapping people from other streams. Please stop kidnapping people from other streams.
You okay, honey? You okay?
No, I'm not. Hi, Matt.
Hi. Crew, I need to tell you something. Don't prematurely insubulate. Wait for Crewvember.
Insubulate?
I don't know. I was trying to think of a way to make it fucking hilariously bad.
Can you not?
Don't be premature with your subbing. Crewvember's like literally in what, like, let me count the days. Like 9 to 10 days.
It's the 23rd.
Knock, fucker.
Yeah, so 7, 8, 9, and you stream on the second first.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, the second is the first
so
day of
10 days from Crewvember. 10 days from now is Crewvember. Don't blow all the subs now.
No, actually, I don't want to do the things I promised in Crewvember.
Or should you count these towards Crewvember because there's so many? Should you do that?
No.
Do you think you should?
No, because I don't know if you've realized it, but there's been about 100 fucking
more than
subs.
More than if you click the drop down, I think it'll tell you how many you.
There's been about 100 fucking subs, and I don't think I should do that.
It's actually not saying how many. My goodness, but still, my goodness, all your generosity is so nice, guys. Sounds like someone gives you one more, you count it. Fucking.
I already opened my mouth and now I gotta fill it full of Arby's. I'm not making any more fucking deals with you bastards.
Man, I haven't had a beef and cheddar and curly fries in ages. So like, I'm okay
It sounds disgusting and I'm not jazzed about it. Also, I have to say hello to Juan Pablo Gamer X. Hi, I'm sorry if you got kidnapped.
Pablo. That's J3AN, so it's an E.
Oh.
in lead speak.
Oh.
Also, I think the other caller has
Do you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
There's been so many subs and stuff that happen that I can't even see them. Because I heard you butcher their name.
No, I said Lumiu, and then this one,
Yeah.
Fubi.
Fushigibana Otabeta.
Thank you, Matt. I will never pronounce that correctly
Oh no,
again.
I know you won't. Go just call them Fushi.
Oh, man. Anyway, it's literally kidnapping if you drag them here. Can you guys try the steak nuggets for me? That sounds fucking disgusting.
Sounds awful.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
Honestly, it genuinely feels like everyone's getting nothing personnel kitted over here.
I am. God. Anyway,
I mean,
okay. I have fucking 23 more people to fucking
I know, I'm one
subscribe
of them.
shit to. Get out of my house.
I'm staying in the house.
Levi!
Bye, crew. Oh, Levi, what'd you do?
Stop it!
Levi, why? Levi, you're
We're trying to do a stream. We're trying to do I'm trying to be a good streamer right now.
That's
Levi, stop kidnapping
218
people. You have to
subs.
stop. Levi, you're kidnapping people from other streams. You have to stop. You are kidnapping people watching other Twitches, and for some reason Twitch teleports them here. You have to stop. You are kidnapping people.
Save it for Crewvember crew. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.
God damn it. I don't even know these people. Okay, we're good. Everybody's fine. Okay. Carrying on. Kakashi, did you know what you got? Good? Okay. Monday's stream will be another assignment stream, and we will be going a bit longer because I will let you guys hang out with me while I eat Arby's and regret my life. Anyway, on to Wormrack. Okay, I'm going to try to get myself back in order here. Okay, that's too much money. You guys, let's stop. Okay. Levi, please have mercy. I was watching the chaos happen while cleaning. That was insane. That was too insane. Okay, thank you guys so much for all your generosity. Holy shit. Thank you so much, everyone. That was way too much money. What the fuck? What the absolute fuck? Anyway, whew. Let's carry on. Wormrack, you're up. Thank you. Get that hype train out of here. Thank God. It's over, everybody. The hype train is over. Whoo. Whoo. Okay. It's all over, everybody. Please enjoy your level 15 emotes or whatever the fuck. 230 subs. I can't do that. I can't put all of that to Crewvember because that blows away everything I planned for Crewvember. We will talk about this after stream. We will talk about this later. I will remember 230. Maybe I will give you guys some credit. What do you guys really want to see? That can't be like the marketable Wazzy plushie. What do you guys really want for Crewvember for like a stream or something I can do for you guys?
Nice.
And maybe I'll just give that to you without making it a thing. Credit for Crewvember. No! Because that would unlock, hold on, I don't even know what that, drunk karaoke? I will never sing in front of you, Poker. That sounds like a bad idea. That would unlock Friday streams till 2026. Wazzy draws your OC stream, Among Us versus Crew, and a t-shirt giveaway. Crew interviews? You want another crew interviews? I'll give it to you if you want that. Horse Girls. Horse Girls is at 400. My stomach hurts. We can do crew interviews again if that's what you guys want. I will give that as a freebie, and we will do that over the course of November. Oh man, I'm sorry, Mobius. I'm sorry you got kidnapped. I'm so sorry this happened. I don't have enough followers for the subocalypse that happened, and I'm sorry if you got kidnapped. My emergence has ended. To the void I shall return. Goodbye, Levi. We will see you again in the future, maybe, but hopefully without a subocalypse following. Anyway, Whew, carrying on. Wormrack, we're up. Okay. Kill me with kindness, I guess. I'm gonna sob after this stream. I am on edge right now. I'm like 2 seconds away from like fucking bawling like a fucking baby. This is too much kindness for one shitty streamer. You guys should not do this shit to me. Levi has an old worm. I do have to redo Levi's worm. It's just when redesigns were happening, Levi was in his usual void. So Levi does have an old version of the worm. So I will redo it. But we gotta get this done first. Okay. All right. Wormrack, you're up. You got Bad Hair Day. I'm assigning you Bad Hair Day because from what I remember, it's a kid steals from a wizard, and then it turns out the wizard is a bunny and fucks him up. If I recall correctly, let's find out. Let's Google search and find out if Wazzy remembers it correctly. I made a fuzzy version of my worm, so it looks like a real polar bear. I saw that. It's very cute. You're such a good fucking artist, Big White Bear. Why don't you take commissions and shit? Do you take commissions on your coffee? I can't remember. You should do that. Anyway, we're on Wormrack. Wormrack, you are given Bad Hair Day, which yeah, it's a kid and he steals from a mazo. He's a big fan of tricks. Arby's requires sacrifice. I do not take commissions. That would require dealing with people. Big White Bear, you are so fucking valid for that. I also hate taking commissions, but I do it anyway. Anyway, it's about a wizard named Amazeballs and some guy named Tim, who thinks Amazo is mean to him, so he steals a box of tricks. And then from his box of tricks, there's a magic carrot, and his sister takes a bite, and she's turned into a rabbit. Tim decides the only person who can help him is Amazo, so he heads to where he last saw him, only to find out that the wizard is simply a wooden dummy. And it turns out that the Amazo is the rabbit talking. The rabbit reveals that he's the true Amazo. He says a long time ago, a sorcerer named Frank cursed him into this form out of jealousy. Tim begs Amazo to help turn his sister back to normal. He says there's nothing he can do as the magic will wear off by itself. Amazo proceeds to insult Tim further until Tim snaps and calls him out for his rude behavior. Amazo apologizes and offers Tim a chance to be in his act. Tim agrees, and he transforms into Amazo's new assistant, a white rabbit named Fluffy. So yeah, it's all about a wizard who's a rabbit, and he fucking fucks up a kid and turns him into a rabbit. Poor Frank the wizard. Got the worst wizard name. I know, like fucking at least Amazo has a cool wizard name. What do you do? Nibble your bum? Anyway, Luna, you're up next. Luna, you're still pretty new with us. So I'm going to assign you one of my favorites, and we're going to talk about this for a long minute. Now that I'm trying to recompose myself. I don't know if you guys could tell how fucking shaky I am. But I'm going to try my best. Website, please stop breaking on me for the love of fuck. Oh my God. Every time I turn around, this fucking page breaks on me. Okay. So I actually know this one. I don't need to read the end of it. I'm assigning you Legend of the Lost Legend, which is a story about, I think, a girl and her dad. Let me double check. Oh, a guy and his sister are looking for their father, an esteemed author who is on the search for a rare blue sea lion. And it turns out that's just a story their dad is telling. Their dad wants to tell a crazy, insane story, and they wind up going on a hunt for the Legend of the Lost Legend. And they eventually find a cabin. They find they discover a wind-up key on a person's back, and they appear walking on two legs. The dog talks to the children. He congratulates them for passing the test. Luca peels the fake fur off his body and reveals that he built Ivana and all the other creatures of the fantasy forest. He and his family have protected the forest treasure for many years. Luca gives Justin the silver chest with the duo's reward inside. Luca is instructed to follow the silver dog back to the campsite. While following the dog, the siblings run into their father, and Justin is presented the silver chest to him. When the trio open the chest, they find a large egg inside. The silver dog reappears, and Justin asks the dog to take them back to Luca, which the dog does. Luca is surprised that the family doesn't want the eternal egg of truth, but they explain they would prefer the lost legend. So Luca takes back the egg, and he says he can direct the trio to the people who possess the document, but mentions they probably won't be willing to part with it. The trio find the camp where the owners of the lost legend reside. Mr. Clark asks for the legend, and the current owners of the document give it to the trio. The entire camp of people is abruptly pack up their tents and leave. Mr. Clark begins to reading the manuscript. The first words of the document says, "Whoever owns the lost legend will be lost forever." And suddenly they realize they don't know where they are. And that's one of my favorites. It's literally the lost legend is that you are now lost. And this is the dude on top with the silver chest that, you know, builds this fantasy forest and shit like that. And yeah, it's one of my favorites because it's so fucking stupid that they're looking for this legend of the lost legend, and it turns out the lost legend is just, guess what, you're lost now. I thought this was going to be something world-ending. I've read this. It's a great book. Yeah, it's literally just, hey, what's the story about? The story is about a lost story, and the story is that you are now lost. So it's one of my favorites. The Lost Legend is now you have the directions of Zorro. Oh, that gives you an idea for a side quest in TNT. Listen, Donnie, there's actually a theory that Zorro is always walking towards the One Piece. If you just held Zorro up and had him walk to where he thought he was trying to go, it would lead you to the One Piece. Anyway, Fish with Knife is up next. And you know what? I think I know which one I'm going to give you. As long as it is what I think it is. And I'm not misremembering. I'm probably misremembering most of these. I had to handle with the fam pounding a soundboard I made on Discord. I love that Zorro is just the One Piece compass theory. I love that theory so much. I don't even watch One Piece, but I love Zorro with an unhealthy love. I love that fucking guy. Yeah, I'm gonna Fish, I am assigning you Deep Trouble. It's this one here with the shark. It is about a child, and he's nearly attacked by a sea monster, but manages to get away. And then a doctor wants to trap a mermaid, and the zoo offers him $1 million if he can trap a mermaid. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to fucking read the synopsis. Apparently thugs are in it. Thugs toss Sheeta and Dr. D into the tank and lock it, then throw it in the water, and on top of the tank is meshed, so the three characters inside of the tank fight to break the locks before the tank submerges completely underwater. The kidnappers and Alexander speed off with a mermaid in tow, and just when things look their worst, a myriad of mermaids appear and hoist the tank above the water level. They open latches and follow the kidnappers in a dinghy As the other mermaids rescue her, the thugs set fire to Dr. D's dinghy. Oh my god, his dinghy! Billy and Sheena try to put out the fire when the mermaid is set free. Suddenly, one of the men grabs the kids while another tries to hit Dr. D in the stomach but misses. The men throw Dr. D and Billy and Sheena into the water, still aflame dinghy, as ordered by Alexander. The kids manage to beat the last of the flames out. One of the men tries to lower himself onto the dinghy, but the mermaids start violently rocking the boat, allowing Dr. D and the kids to escape. The next morning, Dr. D lies to the zoo representatives about not finding the mermaid. Soon after they leave, Dr. D, Sheena, and Billy all swear to never talk about the mermaid again. Despite all this, Billy sneaks out into the coral in hopes of catching the mermaid to say goodbye. But while he's searching for the mermaid, he's attacked by a sea monster. And that's the end of the book. Dingy, D's nuts. I'm giving you a D's nuts with Dr. D. And also, mermaids are there and they rock a boat. that is your assignment, is Deep Trouble. Not what I remembered, actually. Not at all what I remember. But yeah, basically, kids try to catch a mermaid for $1 million. Like a Mr. Beast style-esque game. Let me paste you onto the actual list there. There we go. So please enjoy your horrifying book. Anyway, Phoenix Wolf, you're up next. Do you know what you're getting? I've already gone to it. I just need to look up the ending. It's werewolf skin, which, again, memory serves correctly. It's werewolves that shed their skin, and then if you put the werewolf skin on, you turn into a werewolf. That one isn't really scary, though. It's like a suspense action thing. Question, who all donated? It was, Levi, Valiant, Big White Bear, Kakashi, I'm just going down the list. Fish with Knife, Jewel Thief Dave, Steve is Dead, Big White Bear again, Phoenix Wolf, Ryura, Big White Bear, Levi again, Big White Bear again, Poker Dealer, who doesn't have a worm, Ryura, Fish with Knife, Jewel Thief Dave, Phoenix Wolf, Big White Bear, Ryura, Levi again. And that's who all donated. Anyway, we're on fucking werewolf skin. This is yours, Phoenix Wolf. Hold on. Let me read the end. It's about two children who go to their aunt's house. And at night he hears howling coming from their neighbors. And suspecting that something may happen, he reaches for his camera but can't find it. He eventually learns that he left his camera in the woods, so he goes outside to explore the woods, where he sees fucking werewolves. And he's like, ah, shit. Then they find werewolf skin around. He sees the werewolves shed their skin, revealing his aunt and uncle. The couple enter the Marlene's house and place their skins inside. Hidden from view, Alex watches the uncle and aunt sneak back over to their own house. Alex walks into that abandoned house and he finds out that it's completely empty, aside from the two werewolf skins. He tries to sneak back inside, but he's spotted by his aunt. They don't seem to know that their cover has been blown, and some time passes, and his friend Hannah comes over. Since it's Halloween, she shows off her Halloween costume. He takes her upstairs and says, my aunt and uncle are fucking werewolves, and they take off their skin. Soon they go outside. She gives him one skin, and she hands him one skin, and she puts on another. They hope to hide from the aunt and uncle, but they are quickly found, and they chase the two kids, begging to get their wolf skins back. Then the moon overhead reaches its peak. The two adults collapse to the ground in agony. After several moments, they get back up and happily tell Alex and Hannah that they successfully lifted the curse, and they will not need to be werewolves anymore. The two children remove their skins, and the four happily head back to Alex's house. But on the way, Alex stops by the abandoned house, believing it to be a safe spot to leave the wolf skins. Hannah refuses to go inside, so Alex goes in by himself. When he sets his wolf skin down, he notices that the house seemingly has an extra werewolf skin lying in the closet. While pondering the item, someone appears behind him. Alex turns around and sees Hannah wearing her werewolf skin. Hannah informs Alex that she never needed Aunt Marta or Uncle Colin's werewolf skin because she was able to bring one from her own house. Then she pounces on Alex, sinking her teeth into his chest. So it's another one where the kid dies, allegedly. Yeah, werewolves shedding their skin and just leaving it out. Aunt and uncle are what? They're werewolves. Don't some werewolf origins involve making an evil with an evil spirit or enchanted wolf pelt anyway? They might. Where did you leave your expensive camera? In the woods? Werewolves? Everybody always asks werewolves, not how wolves. Anyway, Phoenix Wolf, there you go. Please enjoy your fucking your sweet, sweet werewolf skin. Actually, yes, they're wolves. The castle. Here, wolves. When wolves, though. Nocturnal Blade is up next. And I'm going to assign you Let's Get Invisible. Let me fucking... From what I remember from Let's Get Invisible, it's a mirror that turns people invisible. And then the kid loses control of the ability. Like, at first he's able to, like, turn invisible and then come back. But I think he loses that ability. Let's find out how your book ends. Invisible. There we go. Let's get invisible. Why ask why? Drink Bud Dry and run over kids. Castles on third. Whomst wolfgangs. Who wolves? Why wolves? There are two wolves inside you and both want you to dress like Adam Sandler. Listen, I don't have that kind of swag in me. This baseball game is a wreck. Who wolf is on third? Okay. Yes, Let's Get Invisible is about Max Thompson. Max Thompson and his brother Noah Thompson, who is left-handed. A sign of evil back in the old days. They find a magic mirror and they can go invisible until the invisible kid finds out that his friends call off the invisibility contest. However, he and his brother return. Zach and... Okay, wait. No. Hold on. I'm trying to fucking understand what this story is about. Oh! They get replaced by their own reflections, and they're now locked in the mirror. Max manages to make a run for it, makes it back to the attic, as the duplicates of Aaron and Zach make Max visible again. They question if the switch is made, but Max's reflection appears in the mirror and tells them that the real Max escaped. The duplicates make Max invisible again. Max attempts to flee the attic, but is caught by the reflections. He asks April for help, but she is also caught and completely confused as to what's going on. Unexpectedly, his brother Lefty enters the attic and, mistaking Max's reflection for him, throws a softball to him, breaking the mirror in the process. The reflections are sucked into the mirror's pieces, and Lefty clings to the door to avoid getting sucked in. The real Aaron and Zach are brought back to the real world. The group clean up, and Max and his brother decide to play catch, but to his horror, Max notices that Lefty is throwing right-handed. And that's the story of Let's Get Invisible, a magic mirror that replaces you with your other self and also makes you right-handed, I guess. If you're right-handed, you'll go into here and you'll turn left-handed. Let's Get Invisible sounds like the introduction to being an introvert. Let's Get Invisible is just a story about COVID. It's when we all went inside and we didn't talk to anybody. It was a wonderful time. I really appreciate COVID for making no contact delivery a thing. Because, like, back before COVID, I would have to talk to people that came to my door if they delivered something. But now I don't got to do that. Thanks, COVID. You're great. What a great time. Anyway, Bits is up, and he is going to hate this, but this is... I remember this starts with a witch cursing this person. So, I'm assigning you, Bits. I'm assigning you Chicken. And it's about, like, some goth girl, I think, casts a curse, I think. And everybody loves big titty goth girls, especially Bits. He loves that shit. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, there's just some goth girl who lives with her fucking, with her cat, and people think she's a witch. And then some other kids, fucking vandalize her mailbox, so she gets pissed, and, she puts a curse on them, and she says, chicken. And the children, their noses start turning into beaks. And this causes the kids to turn into giant chickens. The kids try the spell again, but they turn themselves into tiny chicks. Vanessa's cat, that's the big-titted goth girl, attacks, but the cat leaves when Vanessa appears. Vanessa contemplates what to do with the chicks. But unable to talk, Crystal climbs onto Vanessa's typewriter and types out an apology and politely asks to be turned back into a human. Vanessa, the big-titted goth girl, initially declines before explaining that she cursed Crystal and Cole because they didn't apologize for bumping into her that day in front of the grocery. Crystal then realizes Anthony was turned into a chicken like they were because he apologized before he ran away. She wishes she and Cole apologized then, as they wouldn't be peeping little chicks right now. Vanessa adds that she cares deeply about manners. Crystal types out a message thanking Vanessa for explaining. Vanessa is impressed by the humble letter and agrees to help. With that, Vanessa changes Crystal and Cole back into humans. The three of them have a good laugh. The big titty goth girl Vanessa gives the siblings some soda, which they thank her for. Yeah, hold on, it gets better. When Cole finishes his soda, he lowers his glass only to let out a loud burp. Both kids laughed. This infuriates the big titty goth girl, causing her to point at them and cast another spell. Piggy. And that's how the book ends. So it turns with them turning into chickens for not apologizing to a big titty goth girl. And
you're not a real person.
And then at the end, they have a good laugh and have some soda pops. And because she cares so much about manners, she turns them back into little piggies. And that's the story of Chicken. Yum, chicken breast joke here. This is cursed. It's great. Hey, I gotta ask, is cheese milk still a thing? Of course it is. We did cheese milk shots during Extra Life. Also, hey, Grey Graves. Well, at least being pigs is a few steps closer to being humans than being chickens. That's also true. You're absolutely correct on that. All right, we got 19 more, everybody. Let's do this. Baby Dr. Liam. What are we going to give you, buddy? Hold on. There's a lot of good ones in here. Where are we going to put Baby Dr. Liam? Ah! I'm going to give Baby Dr. Liam Welcome to Camp Nightmare, which I don't think I ever read this book. So we're going into this together. I'm assigning you Camp Nightmare. That's involved dead children. That's tradition. Let me check. It doesn't involve dead children, but it does involve aliens. Billy is traveling on a bus to Camp Night Moon. During the bus ride, Billy meets 3 fellow campers, Mike, Jay, and Colin. Billy also meets 2 members of the girls' camp, Dawn and Dory. When the bus stops, the driver ushers all the kids off since none of the kids know where they are. Billy tries to ask the bus driver, but the bus speeds away. They see a wolf-like creature standing upright. The creature tries to attack, but they are stopped by a man. Later, it turns out it's the camp leader. The boys build a campfire. They have a great night. They sneak off in hopes of exploring the forbidden bunk. The next morning, the boys go to the mess hall. They try to explain that Roger was attacked by a creature. The girls have started calling the camp Nightmare because of all the bad things that are happening to them. The next morning, there's an unexplained early morning hike, and they are led into the woods by Uncle Al, the group's leader, who provides the boys with tranquilizer rifles. He says the 2 campers have escaped from the girls' camp, and they have to hunt them down. Never mind, it might involve child murder. Hold on. Billy, suspecting that the escapees were the 2 girls from the girls' camp, Dawn and Dory, he refuses to hunt. But Uncle Al, the camp counselor, menacingly commands him to do so. Billy then shoots the camp counselor with the tranquilizer. However, the rifle turns out to be unloaded, and Uncle Al laughs and declares that Billy has passed, much to Billy's confusion. Then Dawn, Dory, Mike, Jay, Roger, Colin, Tommy, Chris, and all of the other children that we didn't meet all emerge from the woods alive and unharmed, followed also by Billy's parents. Uncle Al explains that Billy has been the subject of a government test and all the counselors and campers were in on it. Like a very weird Truman Show. Billy's parents, 2 scientists, will be going on an important trip and they want to take Billy with them. But because of his age, Billy needed to pass certain tests in order to gain clearance to go. Because of his bravery and logic and knowing when to follow orders, and when not to, Billy passed all the tests. Billy's parents will be venturing to a faraway planet to investigate creatures that live there. The planet is called Earth. So yeah, I christen you with Camp Nightmare, a book about giving children guns, which I didn't know until this exact moment. Please, Dr. Liam, enjoy giving children guns, I guess. Yay, gun. The most dangerous game for kids. Note to self, give children's guns. Woo! Giving children's guns. Extra life, everybody. Alien kids. Giving alien kids. Also, if you work for the government, you should definitely run secret experiments on your children. What a fucking adventure that was. All right. Well, Helic, you're up next. Are you fucking ready, buddy? I hope you're fucking ready. We still got 18 to go. Holy shit. Oh, this is going so long. I'm so sorry, everybody. We got fucking side railed. All right, here we go. How many Goosebump books were there? 63 that I had on this list. Helic, I'm going to give you Say Cheese and Die. Say Cheese and Die is literally like a kid takes a picture of a car and it turns out the car is crashed and then, oh my God, there's a horrible accident. And it's basically a fucking camera an old creepy camera that takes pictures and almost kills people. Let's find out your end. The girl takes the camera away from Spidey and takes Spidey's photo with it. Spidey dies of fright. In the event that an event that the photographs seemed to predict. Finally, Greg and Shari return the camera to its hiding place and leave the building. They tell Pitt's Landing police that they found Spidey's corpse in the house. 2 local bullies had followed Greg and his friends into the house with the camera. The bullies retrieve the camera and take their own photo. They wait for the photo to develop. And that's how the book ends. It's a haunted book. It's a haunted thing that takes pictures, and bad things happen to you if you take a picture. So 2 bullies break into the house and take a picture, and their fate is unknown. And that's how the story ends. And that's Say Cheese and Die. Also, who the fuck is Spidey? Spidey. Is this Spider-Man? Did they kill Spidey? The building is also home to a strange man nicknamed Spidey. It's just some man. They killed Spider-Man. Helic, I bequeath you killing Spider-Man. What a terrible fate. You have killed Spider-Man. I hope you're happy with yourself. Deadpool's gonna be pissed. Oh, it's time for Wilkins. I'm gonna give Wilkins a real fuck of a book. This still confuses me to the end of time. This fucking book is fucking god fucking awful and weird. I still don't know what it's about, and it's been years. It's basically kids go to a camp, and the camp is very weird, and there's basically all of the Winners Walk champions of this sports camp are furiously mopping and sponges and hoses around an enormous purple gelatinous creature who sweats snails and is wearing a gold crown. They are told to clean him. They explain that the monster is King Jelly Jam. We are on ads, but hopefully everybody got a gift sub in that subsplosion, so I'm going to continue on, at least for this part. The camp counselors are hypnotized to pushing the kids into sports because only the best are chosen to be King Jelly Jam's slaves. The creature can't stand his own stench, so he needs the most athletic beings to keep him clean 24 hours a day. The earthquakes are from his burping, and anyone who refuses to clean him or tries to take a break gets eaten. Roughly 2 weeks after leaving camp, Wendy and Elliot are at their house when they hear a knock at the door. They find a reformed buddy has traveled to their house. He declares that Elliot actually won the race, and he gives Elliot his 6th king coin. After receiving the coin, the kids smell a disgusting odor and fear the worst. Their fear quickly disappears when their mother informs them that the scent is coming from the kitchen, where she is cooking Brussels sprouts. So I'm assigning the book to Wilkins, which I will sum up now. Basically, there's an evil counselor, camp counselor, and he makes all the kids do sports, and all the winners are taken away and never return. And those kids the winners are working for King Jelly Jam, a big purple goo monster, who is so smelly he can kill people. And yeah. And that's the book. And I think it's great for Wilkins because I can't imagine the horrors that guy goes through thinking of his fucking recipes of horrifying shit. So we're on ads, and though most of you got hit with the subsplosion, we're gonna take a quick little minute. There's still 16. When are the camp counselors not evil? That's a good question. We don't know. Listen, never go to camp is what I learned. That's what I've learned. Anyway, I'm going to prepare the next one as we are just finishing ads up here. Let me just fucking... There's also Ghost Camp here. I feel like R.L. Stein went to camp and had a terrible time and was like, this is now how things happen. Let me look up this one, which I think I'm going to give somebody. Does this involve a dead kid? Does a kid die in this one? Okay, anyway. We're back from ads. Welcome back. Helic of Neptune, you're up next. Are you ready for your book? Which is... Don't go to sleep. This one is in here. There we go. From what I remember, the kid wants to sleep in the guest bedroom, and it makes him jump realities. Let me double check. Yes, that is exactly it. A kid wants to switch his bedroom to the guest room because it's bigger than his, and his mom tells him no, but then he decides, fuck it, I'm going to sleep in there anyway. So he fucking goes to sleep in the guest room, and then he wakes up and finds that he has become a teenager overnight. The next, he goes to bed after a day of school. He wakes up the next morning. He finds two completely different people in his house, and they say they're his parents. The third day, he wakes up and he hears an accordion playing somewhere. And he's now 8 years old. The fourth day, he wakes up and he's a hideous monster. The fifth day, he wakes up and there's two men, Bruce and Wayne. They are members of the reality police, and they're assigned to capture him to stop him from changing reality. They want him to drink a potion that will put him to sleep forever. When he wakes up, he's turned into a squirrel. He runs home and he guesses that if he sleeps in his own room, everything will be back to normal. He finally falls asleep outside, but when he wakes up, he's a 12-year-old boy again, but now obese. Matt hides in the bushes until nightfall. After everyone has fallen asleep, he climbs into the tree that he grew by the window. He manages to climb into his old room without making a sound and falls asleep. The next morning, he wakes up and sees everything has turned back to normal. But when he gets home from school, his mother has a surprise. She's decided that Matt was right and said his room was too small for him. So she turned it into a storage closet and also reveals she will let Matt sleep in the guest room like he originally wanted. Much to Matt's surprise, he sees all of his things in bed in there. Potion that puts you to sleep forever? Yeah, pal, I know what cyanide is, dude. It's for children. They can't say cyanide in a children's book. You have to say potion that puts you to sleep for a time. Anyway, Donnie. Oh, Donnie. Donnie. I'm assigning you. I live in your basement. Which, if I remember, it's an alien that lives in your basement and inserts itself into your dreams. Let's find out how it ends. Yep, it's a... Then, okay. Yeah, it's a kid who's having... Marco's mother is annoyingly overprotective. She doesn't even want him playing softball. And then one day he's accidentally hit on the head. He then starts having really fucked up dreams with a guy named Keith. The next day, Marco gets to go home. Marco is tired. He goes to his room to rest. He sees a figure approaching and discovers that it's Keith. Keith explains that he implanted himself into Marco's dreams in an attempt to get Marco's attention. Marco jumps up and hits Keith with a nearby paperweight. Keith begins to morph onto the floor. He turns into a yellow blob creature. Keith wiggles towards Marco and latches onto him. Marco stumbles around his house and falls to the ground. Marco's mother returns and tells Marco to get up. Marco realizes that Keith isn't actually gripping onto him. Marco returns to his room. He finds Keith once more. Marco, feeling weak, admits defeat. Keith opens his mouth and begins turning inside out. Suddenly, Keith wakes up and his mother greets him. Keith says that he's had many bad dreams. It's revealed that Keith is the one who sneaked out and was hit in the head playing softball, not Marco. Keith's mom warns Keith against playing with humans because it might result in Marco and Gwynny discovering that monsters live in their basement. Keith is in the process of turning inside out when Marco unexpectedly enters the basement. Panicked, Keith assures Marco that he is dreaming, but he's unsure if Marco will believe his lie. Donnie goes, I live in y'all's basement. My basement. Nice try, Donnie. I don't have a basement. Yeah, I don't think people in Florida can have a basement. I feel that's something Fish told me one time. I don't know if that's true or not. But it feels true. Anyway, Donnie, you are an alien that lives in a basement, inserts yourself into people's dreams, and you get hit in the head with a baseball. But you're okay. Another friend for the murder basement. Sanguine is up next. Sanguine, I am going to give you the headless ghost. Where I believe is just a ghost who tries to steal people's heads. Let's find out if a child dies. I don't need sleep, though. How they did it at Disney is that they built tunnels first and then built on top of them instead of digging down. Oh. That's horrifying. Anyway, here's the headless ghost. It's two kids who love pulling pranks, like looking into windows wearing scary masks and making scary noises in the bushes. There's also a building that's totally haunted. The story is that a sea captain and his wife, the captain was called to sea and his wife was forced to spend her time alone in the house waiting for her husband to return. However, the sea captain never came back, so the wife fled the house in grief, never wanting to see it again. Then two town residents reported ghostly sightings of a man holding a lantern walking the halls looking for his fucking wife. I miss my wife tales. There's also more ghosts. Wait, what? Where's this headless guy come in? Andrew the Ghost. What? What am I reading? Oh, yeah. Their son, Andrew, was okay, here we go. Then a family moved into the house where the fucking ghost sea captain was. Their son, Andrew, was a nasty, mean-natured child. He delighted in pulling pranks. One night, Andrew discovered a room in the house. Inside, waiting for him, was the ghost of the sea captain. The ghost told Andrew that, since they both seen each other, Andrew could not leave. The ghost captain grabbed onto Andrew and killed him by pulling his head off. Hiding it somewhere in the house. After hiding Andrew's head, the captain vanished from the house forever, leaving Andrew, the ghost of the new ghost of House Hill, forever searching for his lost head. What? Then the ghost shows up and explains that he's using a head he's borrowed and he has to return it. And Andrew now wants this kid's head. Andrew attempts to attack the kid, but the group accidentally stumbles across a hidden tunnel in the house. Inside, there's another secret room below, and in it, they find Andrew's missing head. Suddenly, the spirit of Andrew reappears, startling the boy who claimed to be him. The real ghost retrieves his head. The apparition thanks the group before leaving inside the walls, now free to go to the afterlife. After several weeks pass, The children have given up scaring the neighborhood. However, during the winter, a friend decides to take one final tour of the house. A guide is there. The kids are given a tour and they leave. After they exit the house, they're stopped by a police car. The officer questions the kid of why they were in the haunted house. The kids explain they were taking a tour, but the officer says that's fucking impossible. The house went out of business 3 months ago. The officers laugh, saying the kids receive tours from ghosts. The kids glance back at the house. Peering down from them at the window are the ghostly forms of the tour guides. So yeah, it's about a guy who loses his head and tries to steal other people's heads. And in the end, the tour guides were ghosts. I feel like I'm making no sense. What a fucked up stream this is. I'm so sorry, everybody. Anyway, Sanguine, I'm giving you... I'm mostly giving it to Sanguine because there's a hot guy on the cover. Like, it's like Leonardo DiCaprio. You guys remember... Okay, you guys are too young for this, but there was a movie once that came out. And it was called Casper, and it was about Casper the Friendly Ghost, and in it, the guy fucking I think he was hot. I don't remember. Like, child me was like, that guy's conventionally attractive. There was a guy in it. And, like, there's one scene, and I know it's the dance scene of Casper. And, like, I remember all my friends loving Casper dance scene. Am I fucking Googling something? The fuck I am. Yeah, Casper turns into a human in the final scene of Casper. I'll show you images so I don't get copyright claimed. That's probably some young child actor I don't know. Harry Munitz or something. I don't know who Harry Munitz is, but like, you know, Casper and Ket, can I keep you in nostalgic moment? Okay, now looking at him, I'm like, no, that's, what the fuck? That kind of looks like the guy from the thing, though. Anyway, yeah, that's Casper from Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's a true movie I watched. Kind of looks like him. I know he's very pixelated in this picture, but I'm very sure. Leonardo decapitated. This is the best stream I've lurked on in the past couple of years. This is a horrible stream. Irawata, which is like, it's like a Japanese name, but irritated. How do I pronounce this name? Irritada. Irritada. What a wonderful phrase. Hi, I'm Wazzy. Welcome. I'm sorry if you got kidnapped here. By the subsplosion that happened. I'm sorry if that happened to you. I had no control over the subpocalypse. Hi, I'm Wazzy. I'm a big community streamer. I'm a variety streamer, but I do things for my community mostly, which is shit like this, where I take random people in the chat and assign them shit randomly. Monday will be Monster Prom characters. Don't worry, I already have that fucking partially figured out. That one will be better. Iritawa. I'm trying my best. Frankie Muniz. Is that the guy? Who's Frankie Muniz? Why is that in my head? Frankie Muniz. Thank you, Gray Graves. Oh, that's Malcolm in the Middle. Okay, that's not Frankie Muniz then. It was not Malcolm in the Middle guy. That was definitely not. Who was the kid from fucking Tim Allen's Award show? Hold on, I have to make a phone call. My sibling is sending me selfies. I don't want this, sibling. Why are you sending me this? I have to make a phone call. Hold on one moment. Hello, Matt.
Hello again.
Hi, I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Do you remember that Tim Allen show where he had kids and a bitch wife, and he was like, "Oh,
Bill Taylor."
Yeah, and he had that
Home Improvement.
Yeah, Home Improvement. Thank you. Do you remember the name of the kid actor who was possibly the kid who also played Casper in Casper the Friendly Ghost movie?
You're thinking of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who was young Simba in The Lion King.
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I love that. Vague hints help me. Oh, yeah, he had a sitcom. You children are probably too young for this. This happened in the 90s. Oh, wow. Claps. Tell Matt we said hi. I will tell him later. Now is not that time. I've still got people to assign. And we're on Plague Dragon, who's not here. Well, let's see if this is one I think. Simba? I mean, I guess. Matt has a weird, like, amount of knowledge. Like, he's got weird knowledge of things. Like, I could just ask weird questions and he'll know. Like, if you've got we should have a stream where it's just weird questions to ask Matt. Okay, hold on. Let me see if this is the fucking book I think it is. Because I never read this one. But I bet I know it. What has been chosen to be a source of knowledge? Matt. Matt has approximate knowledge of many things. A large amount of weird knowledge of niche topics. Who doesn't have that? I've got both weird and stupid knowledge if anybody wants some. Can that be a crew member
Do you
goal?
remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Since I unfortunately already have a lot of the easy goals, it will be a high goal, but we could do that. Get Matt to do trivia. He fucking kicks ass at trivia and I hate it. I fucking hate it. His entire family is so fucking chubbed up about fucking trivia nights, and I fucking hate it because I'm too stupid. And then they all look at me like I'm supposed to know some kind of answer to things, and I'm like, who are you people? Anyway. What the fuck? Okay, I'm assigning Plague Dragon Ghost Camp because I just read the end of it and I don't know what's happening. Well, I do, but I don't. So in Ghost Camp here, two brothers head to camp and they meet a new friend named Elvis who sings horribly. A bunch of spooky shit happens at the camp and they don't have a very good time. Then it turns out that the kids like to play pranks and pretend they're dead. And it turns out they actually are dead. Harry tells Alex that all the other campers are ghosts, so the two brothers are like, ah, shit, they're ghosts. But Alex says he already knew that because Elvis, his new friend, told him and previously tried to possess his mind. The boys then try to escape the woods, but all the ghosts are chasing them. Suddenly, the campers and counselors surround the boys, and they try to get their uncle instructs the ghosts to take the boys back to camp so their bodies can be possessed by spirits, and the boys begin to chant their disbelief again. But before they can be possessed, all the ghosts begin fighting over who gets to leave. As the ghosts fight, the boys run away to a nearby highway. Harry then hears Alex humming a song, but Alex humming sounds very horribly off-key. Harry asks Alex if Elvis is inside of him. Elvis's spirit bargains with Harry not to sing anymore if he doesn't tell anyone that he possessed Alex. So yeah, it's basically kids go to camp. The camp's full of ghosts and they want your bodies. And then two brothers go in that are human. And one gets possessed by the ghost of Elvis, I guess. Elvis Parsley. Everybody says, gonna lurk again. Have fun on stream, everyone. Might come back later. Well, I hope you have a good day. It was nice meeting you. I'll be here a minute. I've still got 12. Jesus Christ. We're still here. Elvis Presley. My problem with trivia games is that a lot of questions often about celebrities, and I don't care. I love trivia, but my husband hates it, so I never get to go. You can ask me about arthropods. I usually know. All right. Dave, you're up. Hold on. Okay. Dave. I'm going to assign you Why I Am Afraid of Bees. If from what I remember, it's a kid body swaps with a bee. Let's find out if a kid dies. I will stretch. Thank you, Soren. All right, let's find out if a kid dies. Peace. It's about a kid who's neighbors with a beekeeper. But the kid is constantly bullied. And then the kid plays a video game and he sees an advertisement that says the company claims they can help their customers switch bodies with someone else for a week. So he goes and he does it, and he switches bodies and finds out that he's now a bee. He flies home and discovers that some other guy is in control of his body. He types out a message on his computer that he is a bee. But the doppelganger in his body turns the computer off before his family can read the message. Dejected, the bee goes outside and is almost attacked by another group of bees. Suddenly he gets an idea. He gathers a swarm of bees and gets them inside of his house and attacks the guy in his body. But it turns out bees die when they use their stinger. His vision fades to black. When he comes back, he finds that he has returned to his regular body and finds that he has been stung to fuck. A month later, he says that he has a new appreciation for life. He's less cowardly, he's improved athletically, and he even befriends his bully. The book ends with him kneeling down and sucking pollen from a flower. So I guess he turned into a bee. Well, I was about to do that, Nugget. Holy shit, bees. This version of a bee movie is weird. He doesn't fuck a girl. Did you know, according to all known laws of aviation, bees should not be able to fly? I did know that. All right. We're almost home, everybody. We've almost got him. Almost everybody's assigned. We're working hard. I'm going fast. We're working hard. What am I talking about? You fuckers haven't done shit but attack me with the sub-apocalypse of my fucking nightmares. Jelly Moth is up next, who we only just met right now. But that shouldn't stop us. So I'm going to give them something cool, because we don't know them. I'm going to give them Monster Blood. We don't know who they are. We don't know Jelly Moth too well, and I don't know Monster Blood too well. I know it's a toy slime that kind of grows and takes over. But let's see if a kid dies. You know, the classic of what we do. Does the kid die? Is it hip to fuck bees? I don't think so, honestly. So in Monster Blood, yes, a toy grows out of control, and a cat pushes a kid into the Monster Blood, but he's able to free himself. Okay, here we go. A woman created monster blood. She should die for it. Recalling her muttering over something over the tin can of monster blood, accuses her of putting a spell on the monster blood to harm him. And she says that the cat made her do it. The cat turns into a woman in a cloak. And the girl says she's been the cat's slave for over 20 years. The cat says the kids will die regardless because now they know too much, and she commands the monster blood to attack them. But before they can move, their actual cat, rushes in and pushes the cat into the monster blood. The monster blood sinks to its original size. And then they run out of the house. They decide to say their goodbyes and promise to be friends forever. And say we should keep a little bit of monster blood as a souvenir. But as they reach for it, it's gone. So there you go. I hope Jelly Moth likes it. I hope Jelly Moth likes being a fucking cat that will kill you with monster blood. A Selkie, a werecat. What happened if these kids deserve everything they got? Hey, listen, I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me. Shoot R.L. Stein or something. I'm just out here assigning you guys shit. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay, we got 10 more. Here we go. Matt is up next, everybody. It's the tallest man you've ever seen. He's going to be so pissed about this. I have to go downstairs to this man, but it's fine. It's fucking fine.
Do you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
We're fucking doing it live. I'm assigning Matt my hairiest adventure, which is a story about a kid who gets a tanning solution and then he puts it on, and it turns out it's not a tanning solution at all. But it's fucking it's shit that makes him grow a bunch of hair all over his body. Let's see if the kid dies. They laugh and mock Harry. Lily, however, grows quiet and looks away. The next morning, Larry winds up to find his forehead covered in hair, which he quickly and painfully shaves off. Lily grabs a hold of Larry. Her eyes are full of tears and says there never was a Lily and Harry needs to forget about her. What? Wait. Yeah, he finds out Lily was not there, and Lily's mom grabs a hold of Larry, says that never was a Lily, and Larry needs to forget about her. Larry's the kid with all the hair. Larry wins a battle of the bands, but he's too embarrassed to accept the trophy because of how hairy he is. Larry shows his parents the hair he's growing. They look at him tearfully and reveal the truth. Larry is growing the hair not because of the instant tan, but because he's not a human. He is a dog. His dad performs tests on animals. He created a serum that could turn dogs into children, allowing them to think and act just like humans would. However, the serum doesn't last long, which is why Larry had to get administered via shots. After his failed attempt, his dad stopped testing on dogs, and Larry fully reverted back into a dog himself, but he still gets to play with Lily and Manny, who are also dogs. One day, Larry sees somebody's car drive into the driveway. To his surprise, she emerges carrying a baby wrapped in a blanket. She welcomes home their new child, Jasper. As Larry looks at the baby, he sees she has bright yellow eyes like a cat that used to be his pet. Honey, I turned the dog into a child. So yeah, this one is a story about a kid who is actually a dog. Full Metal Alchemist. Matt, I assign you that one episode of Full Metal Alchemist that everybody hates. It's fuck. Oh, man. Honey, I blew up the pets. Everyone was a dog the whole time? All the children were dogs. Edward. Thanks, Matt. Fuck me, I guess. Nick, you're up next, buddy. No, Wazzy, you did not. Hey, Matt did it. I didn't do shit. Nick, my beloved.
Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Nick, I actually want to give you Attack of the Mutant. Not just because it's right here, but because this story is so fucking stupid. It's basically a kid who's obsessed with comic books, and then his favorite is an evil supervillain called, like, the Mutant or some shit, like the Masked Mutant or some shit. And then his evil fortress starts appearing and disappearing, and the kid goes into it, from what I recall. So let's do it. Edward, big brother Edward, but like ethically. God damn it, Matt, stop being quicker than me. All right, anyway, yeah, that's what it's about. Let's find out if the kid dies. So this masked mutant from comic books actually has a secret lair in this kid's town. And the kid goes into it. And they get stuck in a comic. The villain lifts Skipper into the air, but Libby enters the room. The masked mutant tells Libby that she isn't allowed to leave. Libby pulls out a toy gun and aims it at him. She insists that if they're in a comic, she can do anything she wants. She pulls the trigger and the gun shoots out a beam, dissolving the evildoer. Skipper is initially happy, but he watches Libby transform into the masked mutant. The masked mutant reveals that the villain who was disintegrated was the magnificent Molecule Man, who was filling in for the mutant. Skipper then gets an idea. He declares that he's actually the colossal elastic boy, and he can only be defeated by sulfuric acid. The mutant turns himself into a wave of acid, which Skipper dodges. Skipper knows he has defeated the villain because of the mutant can only turn into solids. If he turns into a liquid, he's trapped in that form. Gleefully, Skipper goes home and decides to cut some cake for him and Mitzi. While doing this, Skipper accidentally cuts his hand with the knife, but blood does not come out of the cut. Instead, he bleeds ink. He asks Mitzi to get him the new comic that came in, as he suspects his career in the comics isn't over yet. It's about a kid who gets stuck in comics. What an awful fucking time. Oh no, you guys made me ink. Anyway, Nick, I hope you enjoy that. I just remember the building disappearing and reappearing. I forgot that they were kind of, like, I knew they were in a comic, but I don't remember the gun in the comic. Well, the children, at least the kids don't die in that one. Speaking of death, Steve is Dead is up next. And I'm going to give him the classic. I don't know if you guys know this, but Steve always comes back. And we are giving Steve the classic Night of the Living Dummy. This is about Slappy, the evil ventriloquist dummy, and all the fucking creepy shit that Slappy the dummy does, and is probably what helped give my fear to fucking ventriloquist dolls and mannequins and all this shit. Libby's a villain. Yeah, I finally got one of your streams. I hate Totodile. I know my notifications never gave me notices of stream until they were long over. I'm glad I got to catch one. I live every night starting at 2 a.m. Anyway, so yeah, Slappy does a bunch of shit. He's a ventriloquist dummy, and he fucks around. And after reading words out loud, Slappy comes to life, and then he starts insulting people and doing evil shit, and they're all like, this dummy's evil, but the girl keeps giving blame for it. And then the dummy's like, yo, you guys are my slaves now. Anyway, let's read the end. The girls try to decapitate the dummy, but they are unable to harm him. Next, they try to trap Mr. Wood in a suitcase and bury him in the backyard. Since they're exhausted, Lindy and Chris go to sleep. When the girls wake up in the morning, they discover that Mr. Wood has freed himself and is waiting for them. Lindy and Chris seek help, but their parents have gone out. To show how serious he is, Mr. Wood begins to choke Barky, the family dog. In an attempt to separate the two, the girls drag Mr. Wood and Barky outside. Then Mr. Wood releases Barky. The girls chase the dummy onto the path of the nearby steamroller being used for construction at the house next door. Mr. Wood dodges the first steamroller and then tells them both they will be his slaves forever. He doesn't notice the second steamroller, and it crushes Mr. Wood. A mysterious green mist rises from the smashed dummy's body. An alarmed driver of the steamroller runs out, thinking it ran a kid over, but the kids assure it was nothing more than a dummy. Chris, Lindy, and Barky return home. When the girls get to their room, they find Slappy waiting for them. Slappy asks if the other dummy is gone. Roadroller! Oh my god, not Barky, the family dog. What a fucking name for a dog. I forgot that Slappy wasn't the one doing it at first. It was Mr. Wood. And Slappy was fucking also there and evil. Boom! Slappy is the first ventriloquist dummy they find, and then the jealous sister gets another dummy. Is what it is, I believe. Yes. Yeah, Lindy uses her dummy to gain popularity, and Chris quickly becomes jealous. The next morning, Mr. Powell reveals that he's brought a ventriloquist dummy for the sister from the pawn shop. She decides to call him Mr. Wood, but he's an evil bitch. There's like 3 or 4 of the dummies books. I have 3 on this list. Anyway, Miles, you're up next. There's also one of for the Carnival miniseries. I'm actually looking for a dummy. Steve, you have too many guns to be buying mummies. Or dummies. Miles? Let's give Miles Egg Monsters from Mars. I don't actually know this book. But I'm going to assume it's Egg Monsters from Mars. So let's find out. Egg Monsters from Mars. A dude constantly annoyed by his younger sister. And she gets everything she wants. She's a little fucking golden child. Then on an Easter egg hunt, they find a very particular egg. It's pale green with large veins lining the inside. The other partygoers find that their eggs aren't hard-boiled and begin throwing raw eggs at the party, and the party ends prematurely. Dana goes home and hides his egg in his drawer, but he's so busy he doesn't have the time to thoroughly study it. Then when he goes to sleep, it starts moving around. Then he goes to a laboratory with the egg. The scientists take him to the lab and show him the creature he's found. They explain the creature is actually came from Mars and fell to Earth. And the room contains numerous other egg monsters, and they believe that the creatures melt if it gets too hot, so they need to be kept in a cold environment. He's then told he won't be allowed to leave because Mr. Gray wants to study the boy, worrying that he may have been exposed to alien germs or diseases. They lock him in a room and he falls asleep. Eventually, some stuff happens. The next morning, Dr. Gray wakes up Dana and blames Dana for merging with the egg monster into the blanket. He throws the creature against the wall and the creature makes a pained noise. Dr. Gray accuses Dana of trying to destroy his work. The scientist says he wanted to keep Dana alive, but he sees that is no longer possible. Jesus Christ, the kid's gonna die again. Dr. Gray says he will make the room so cold that it will freeze Dana. Dr. Gray opens up a door and starts to leave, but the blanket of the egg monster jumps onto him. Dana sees an opportunity to leave. He runs away. Dana goes home, and he takes his father back to the lab. When Dana and his parents arrive, Dana finds the egg monsters and Dr. Gray are gone. Dana goes home. Upon his parents' suggestion, Dana is visited by a doctor. After lying in the bed for a while, Dana goes outside, feeling incredibly happy. Unexpectedly, he crouches down on the lawn and lays a massive egg. Congrats, Miles. I assign you Mpreg. Xenomorph eggs. Isn't this a twist character lays an egg? Yup, that's it. I don't see how this could go wrong. Mad dummies when I introduce them to the business end of a wood chipper. Sorry, correction. 17 dummy books. I swear to God. I'm going to have to buy these books. Anyway, Miles, please enjoy laying an egg, I guess. I should fucking have a stream where I assign you guys like fucking like fanfic tropes. All right, Dragoon, you're out. Let's do it. I'm almost done. I think I'm going to pause them now because I'm almost done and I want to end this fucking stream. All right, Dragoon, you're up. Dragoon, because you come in here and tell jokes, I'm going to assign you You Can't Scare Me. You Can't Scare Me is about a guy who's or a girl who's a total show off. Eddie hates how perfect she is because she's a total show off. They plan to scare Courtney. They steal a tarantula from the science teacher and drop it on her head. But she turns out perfectly fine. She's not scared of it. Back home, they struggle to come up with a new plan to scare this show-off girl. But they're startled by his older brother who's dressed as a mud monster. So he decides to try to scare her dressed as a mud monster. So they lure her out to the woods. Eddie is shocked when he sees 3 more mud monsters appear behind him. He recognizes one to be his brother. Kevin apologizes for being late. Eddie is immediately confused and he wonders who the other mud monsters are. All the kids begin screaming and run away. The story jumps forward 2 weeks. Courtney brags to everyone about how she got to see real mud monsters. The book ends with Eddie admitting that he and his friends can't scare Courtney because they're not brave enough and they are also mud monsters. Time to summon Kydra. Am I too late to get a book? No, you got in. I'm just ending it off now. Boom! All right. Mud monsters. Who's next? Fuck. Okay. Mr. Deadbones! I haven't even seen him today. This is what upsets me, guys. When people come in and ask for assignment and then don't even stay, it's like, I can understand if you don't have to stay, but like to not even say hi. I didn't even I didn't even see him say hi. So, Dave, you were already assigned. You got B's. Dave, you were B's. Anyway. Dirt Bones, I'm going to give you piano lessons can be murder, which is basically where the kid a piano teacher kills people. Dave was bees. Dave is a bunch of bees. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Remember when we were making the bee jokes? That was you. That was you, buddy. You switched bodies and became Why I'm Afraid of Bees. Anyway, yeah, it's about a kid who learns piano, but his fucking teacher, Dr. Shriek, is a bastard. And then the ghost of a young woman appears, seated at the piano. Jerry asks who she is, and she melts away into a gray skull. She tells Jerry that this is her house and to stay away from her fucking piano. They say that there's scary stories about the Shriek School. She tells him that monsters are said to roam the halls, and some kids went into the school and never came out. Jerry doesn't believe these stories, but he realizes he's never actually seen another student in that school besides himself. When Jerry tells Dr. Shriek that he's going to quit piano, Shriek flies into a rage and says he cannot leave and he needs Jerry's hands. He chases Jerry all across the school until Jerry eventually reaches the recital hall. In the room, Jerry witnesses floating, disembodied hands playing piano. Dr. Shriek catches up to Jerry, grabs a hold of him. Luckily, another guy comes to his rescue and shuts Dr. Shriek off, revealing him to be another robot he created. Before Jerry can leave, The other guy tells him to stop, saying he still needs Jerry's hands. He explains that he wishes to create beautiful music free of human error, but hands are too complex to build. To compensate, he takes the real hands for his creation. Man, this is such an artist struggle. Jerry tries to escape, and as he does, the ghost girl appears. She tells Jerry she tried to warn him of the dangers of the school. The ghost summons a horde of other spirits to attack him, or attack the guy and drag him away to an unknown fate. Several months pass, and Jerry's life returns to normal. The piano is out of the house, and he is now a part of a baseball team. Everyone tells Jerry he has great hands. This is like an artist one. I, too, as an artist, will steal people's hands. They are too hard to make. Hook Turtle says, I stayed, Miss Wazzy. Yeah, listen, it's not about staying. It's about not even saying hi. Like, I didn't see Dirt Bones at all say hi. Most of you stay and at least say hi or chat or, you know, some shit. I don't care if you stay or not, but at least say hi. That's what pisses me off. Like, Plague Dragon's like the worst of this. Plague Dragon will come in here, drop a fucking request every time, and then never even say hi, which sucks to me because this is a community and I want to say hi to people. And, like, you know, I want us to hang out and be a community, but it's hard when all you want is like, oh, I'll get a fucking redeem and then leave. Bye. Like, fuck. How am I even supposed to know you to assign you something if I don't, you know? Anyway, that's just me bitching. Okay, well then, hi. Well, see, no, Dino, you've been here since the start. The least you could do is say howdy. Yeah, I'm not asking for much. Like, fuck. You know, it's an assignment stream. You know, I like when people come in and we talk and we hang out. I like you guys to care about each other as much as yourself. Some people don't care about themselves, and that's the problem. Anyway, 7 more to go. I'm so sorry, Matt. We are on the way. I only leave if something comes up, and that's fair. Soren, I'm going to give you the barking ghost. Which is, if I recall, ghost dogs that were once human try to body swap with a human. If I recall. Let's find out if a child dies. Wait, I never say hi, though. I just walk in and start talking about shit. Yeah, see, that's fine. I try to get it in, but I keep showing up late. I know. Navy blue, that might change if I have to do Friday streams coming up. Anyway, they'll be at a different time slot. Yeah, it's about a kid who moves into a new house, but there's nobody else around for miles. And at night, he hears 2 dogs barking. He goes to investigate to find the dogs, but he doesn't find anything, not even paw prints. He eventually finds a bag of potato chips torn to shreds on the floor. And it turns out it was his sister trying to scare him. But he tells her that he saw 2 dogs in the woods, and she believes him, and she admits that she's scared of dogs. Then they see dogs outside. They go to investigate. The 2 friends eventually find the dogs, who seem to want to show them something. They follow the dogs, who eventually vanish into the walls of a large shack in the woods. They realize that the dogs are actually ghosts. They enter the shack and the dogs begin speaking in human voices. They reveal they were once human and they have been searching for a way to turn back into human form. The dogs are able to swap bodies with the 2 kids. As a result, their minds are swapped with the dog bodies. They're now 2 dogs, and they try to hunt down the imposters who have made their way into his house. They break into the house to warn the parents, but their voice only comes out as barking. His mother panics as she's allergic to dogs and drives the dogs out. The 2 come to the agreement. The only way to get their normal selves back is to drag the imposters back to the same shack that they were originally swapped in. They're able to do so, and they manage to trap the 2 fakes in the shack. The body swap works. However, the 2 kids discover that they accidentally swap bodies with a pair of chipmunks instead. Margaret asks Cooper what they should do next, and Cooper suggests that they should hunt for acorns, as he is hungry. Who's a good ghost puppy? You are. So yeah, it's about two ghosts that are human, and they body swap with kids and then leave the kids forever trapped as chipmunks. Good old Goosebumps, everybody! Anyway, that's you, Soren. I don't know if I made that clear. Soren. Valiant, valiant, valiant. What are we gonna make valiant, everybody? We're gonna make valiant vampire breath. Give me a moment to make a meme of Soren as a ghost puppy. Please do. Please have fun with that. I'm assigning Valiant Vampire Breath. A good old adventure story. I wonder how the chipmunk children fare. I mean, chipmunks don't live very long, do they? It's about two kids who are babysitting a 6-year-old. And they torment her with stories of werewolves. Because they're bastards and awful fucking, and awful fucking babysitters. Basically, it seems like if you get a bottle of vampire breath, you open it, and a vampire comes out. The vampires ignore the kids, flying off into the night. They reveal they don't know how to send them home except for turning them into vampires. So they leave in search of more vampire breath. He reveals that vampires must have it to stay alive and refresh his memory of as he forgot where his fangs are. Clara believes that they need to find vampire breath before the count. The kids explore the castle. They open a window and try to escape. But it turns out the castle is on a steep cliff. Eventually, they find a vampire breath and try to use it to get home. The bottle is being tossed back and forth, keeping it away from the Count. When the Count retrieves the bottle, he opens it, only to discover that it's empty. Freddy realizes that he grabbed the wrong bottle. He grabs another bottle that he thinks is full and tosses it to Clara. The Count tries to grab that bottle, but it falls to the floor and putrid gas pours out. Before long, the kids find themselves back in the basement. And Nightwing is frightened to find he's been transported forward in time with them into the basement. Then the Count recognizes Freddy's mom, and she addresses the Count as her father. It turns out the Count slept for so long he hadn't met his own grandson. The Count complains that his fangs are gone, but but his mom says that the dentures are in the glass in the basement bathroom. Miss Martinez reveals that the dentures and hands them to the Count. Shocked by all of this, Freddy asks if he's a vampire. His mother says he is, but his fangs haven't grown in yet. The three adults agree to look for something to drink. They all turn into bats and fly away. Freddy decides to explore the basement bathroom further to see if there's anything else strange inside. He finds a bottle labeled werewolf sweat. Freddy accidentally opens the bottle as strange liquid pours out onto both Freddy and Clara. Freddy is worried what the substance will do. Suddenly, he hears Clara begin to growl. So yeah, again, it's about finding out your grandpa's a vampire. Valiant, I assign you Grandpa Vampire. I love this because I'm kind of half learning things as we go along. 5 more to go. I'm so sorry, Matt. I know Matt's waiting for me. I'm so sorry. He has therapy in an hour, so I have to go fast. All right. Gray Graves, you're up. Speaking of graves, let's go to Ghost Beach. Oh, hello, Cousin Clara. Sarcastic. Ghost Beach. Two kids go to spend the last few summer months with their cousins. Turns out their cousins are dead. It's also on a beach. Okay. The trio of kids and some guy begin arguing over who is really a ghost. When Harrison's dog appears and begins loudly barking at Sam, Louisa, and Nat. The three finally reveals themselves as ghosts. They tell Jerry and Terry that they were among the Sadlers who arrived in the winter of 1641. Sam tells them that they never had a chance to live. Louisa begs them to stay, and Sam tells them he dug fresh graves for them. Jerry, Terry, and Harrison stagger back suddenly. The rocks on top of the cave tumble down in front of the entrance, and Jerry realizes Harrison has sacrificed himself in order to trap the ghosts for good, which is weird because ghosts could probably just walk through caves. Anyway, Jerry and Terry make their way back to the cottage and tell their cousins of their encounter. They're glad the children are safe, but suddenly the dog bursts into the house and begins barking at the couple. Jerry and Terry realize that their cousins are also ghosts. The cousins turn to each other and ask what they should do with the kids now that the secret is out. So yeah, I assigned you your cousins are ghosts, and you go into a ghost cave and find more ghosts, and then some guy dies in front of you, and now your cousins are ghosts. I'm going to try to fucking butch this through fast so that we don't get stuck on ads. Kai Energy, let's go. Kai, can you fucking work with me, MS Paint? Kai, I'm giving you a shocker on Shock Street, which is about a bunch of horror movies that are made in a thing, and then the kids go to where the horror movies are made, and I can't remember what happens, so let's find out if the kids fucking die. It has praying mantises in it. Anyways, here's praying mantises. Boom. You're attacked by mantises in a horror movie studio, and at the end, they're stuck in the movie. According to the shock film streets, anyone who enters a building will immediately be shocked by 1,000 volts of electricity. Marty begins running to the attraction. Meanwhile, Aaron notices a giant plug behind Mr. Denver. The plug is pulled, revealing that Mr. Denver was a robot. Marty's hit with 1,000 volts of electricity and falls to the ground. Erin sees her father approaching and runs to ask him for help, but Erin freaks out, yelling that Mr. Wright is not her father. Soon, she starts babbling and stops moving. Mr. Wright tells a coworker that there's something wrong with Shock Street Park. The robot kids named Aaron and Marty have malfunctioned. Marty is the Marty robot is completely run down, while the Aaron robot's memory chip is malfunctioning. The kids were robots all along. I will stretch. Okay, so maybe some Goosebump books involve haunted robots. This is about children being attacked by mantises at an amusement park for their favorite thing. And then people really start dying around them, and it turns out they weren't real after all. They were just robots. Lou New, again, we don't know each other very well, but let's get into it. Listen, I'm not going to snack. I will return that one. But, Lou New, you're up. You're brand new here. We don't know anything about you. What's a book I don't know anything about? How I Learned to Fly. In this book, a kid finds a book on how to fly, and now he's stuck flying. Yeah, that's essentially it. He learns how to fly, but then he loses control of it. He then becomes he then works for the government, and becomes a celebrity. Jack hates his celebrity status. Even in his few days off, he just can't hang out with his friends. To make it worse, everyone's becoming famous around him. One day, Jack's father tells him that he's scheduled another race between two flying boys, him and another flying boy. At the day of the big race, thousands come out, and Jack is almost crushed by the crowd when he is guided to the stage. And it turns out Jack loses his ability to fly, and Wilson wins the race. Several months pass, and Wilson is still famous as the flying boy, but fame soon takes a toll on him as he transfers to another school. Like Jack, he has to deal with talent agents, the military, obsessed fans, and government scientists hounding him at all hours of the day. Meanwhile, Jack enjoys his life of obscurity, where he finally gets to spend time and be a normal kid. He considers that Jack never lost the ability to fly. Jack faked his ability, losing his ability to fly on the day of the race to escape the burden of being a celebrity. With fame behind him, Jack can now enjoy privacy. So it's about a kid who learns how to fly, and a rival kid learns how to fly, and then he tricks everybody to think he can't fly when secretly he can. Okay, so the opposite of Dumbo. Boy believes he is unable to fly. No, he pretends he's unable to fly so that he doesn't have to be a celebrity anymore. So I'm going to give that to the Lumu. Last two. Doodle Graveyard. Let's fucking go. You know what? Camp Cold Lake. I remember that one being good. Camp Cold Lake is about a girl who fucking hates camp, and she gets sent there. And a ghost tries to scare the kid. Oh! A ghost tries to scare a kid away from the lake. Because they're like, hey, I died in the lake. You should be away from the lake. And the kids believe them. They're like, what a friendly, helpful ghost. And then I will read you the end. I remember this. She explains that she's now back to protect other campers. They agree to be buddies. Eventually, she falls to the ground. Sarah tries to hug Brianna, but her arms pass through the girl. Brianna reveals that Della had successfully killed her last summer, but she refused to be Della's buddy. Brianna begins moving forward towards Sarah while holding a snake. She asks if Sarah will be her buddy forever. Basically, a ghost tries to scare kids away from the lake so they won't die, but it turns out she was trying to scare them into the woods so they would be bitten by snakes, the true way that she died, so that they could be buddies forever. And that's the story of Camp Cold Lake. Boom! Last one! Navy Blue Totodile. Let's give you the one. Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. This one's about a kid visiting her grandparents' farm, and it's literally like one of my favorite book stories in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. The Scarecrow's alive. Great times. Scarecrow's alive. At the end of your book, the kids are trying to stop a weird man who's putting spells, and bringing werewolves to life, or bringing scarecrows to life. Thank you, Doodle Graveyard, for the 100 bingles. The bad guy runs into the cornfield.
Getting ready for a hot bingle summer.
Chanting a spell from his book. Thinking that they need to stop him, the kids run into the cornfield, but they can't stop the madman. The scarecrow begins to approach the group, and the bad man doesn't seem to have control over them. The sticks reappear, and another scarecrow appears, and he is wielding 2 torches. He begins lighting scarecrows on fire until there's nothing left moving. The next day, everything seems to have returned to normal. Grandpa and Grandma are happy again, and the creepy guy is still reading from his book. Suddenly, Grandpa and Grandma's taxidermied bear begins moving. The book ends with Jody asking which chapter the bad guy is reading in his book. It's about a guy who reads a book and things come to life around him, and then they wind up burning an entire cornfield. And it's because the magic book has evil in it. And as we end there, before we go to the fucking memes of the day, we'll go to the last book, which is my assignment. Go Eat Worms. which is a story about a kid who loves worms, and eventually he hates worms. I can't remember what happens. Worms start showing up everywhere. Worms are in his cereal. Worms are in his hat. Everything becomes worms around him. They go to the baseball field and they collect. Okay. Todd. They dump all the worms into the garden. Tom tries to argue with his father, but he doesn't listen, saying he's made up of his mind and there's no discussion. He also adds he's sure Todd can find something better to collect than worms. The next day at school, Todd overhears people talking, admitting that they're the one who were placing worms in his stuff. And once again, Todd vows revenge. They go to the baseball field after school and collect more worms. But the ground shake before splitting open, and out comes a giant worm. The worm begins pulling Todd underground. They see, when the girls approach, they think the worm thinks the bird is real and is scared off. The giant worm begins pulling Todd underground, but then two mean girls pass by carrying a giant paper-mache robin home from school. And as they approach, the worm thinks the bird is real and is scared off. With that, Todd takes his father's advice and tosses all of his worms into the garden. A few weeks later, Todd has taken up a new hobby, pinning butterflies. One night, while Todd is working, he gazes up and sees a giant butterfly wielding a silver pin. Doo-doo-doo! It's about a guy who is harassed by worms until he's almost eaten by a worm. And then he's like, nope, fuck worms. And then a butterfly attacks him. And that's me. And with that, we have assigned the Goosebump books. I'm sorry this was such a long stream. I'm sorry this was really weird. I will post it in the Discord for you guys, but let's take a quick look at memes before everything bad happens. So let's see if there's memes. There's a couple memes, it looks like. There's several memes. Shit. All right. Goosebumps. The Nugget Who Cried Monster. Footage of the ghost next door. God damn it. Was he trying to remember books she read as a child? Hey, listen! Footage of Wazzy trying to work the wiki. Goosebumps is a series of children's horror novels. I'm losing the actual Goosebump wiki. Old Prince Leviathan about to drop money on Wazzy's stream, then leave. Fucking Levi. Wazzy getting over 9,000 gift subs on a non-Crewvember day. I'm gonna go cry after this. Wazzy when the flood of bangles and subs happened. That me! Suffering! We have the meats. I'm so not looking forward to that. Crew watching Wazzy get nuked with kindness. You fuckers. Subs! You fuckers! Oh, God.
Whoa.
Ah, there's Donnie in the basement. There's Phoenix Wolf wearing their wolf skin. This was a fun stream. This was. Oh, God. Giggles. Oh, Nugget, I never needed a wolf skin to be a wolf. I kept mine at home. Please donate me. I made it better. Dude, of course not. We're friends. Let's go kill some Nazis. Yay, kill Nazis. RL Goosebumps. The barking ghost. He's foaming at the mouth because he's a dog ghost. That makes sense. I love it. Those were some great memes, guys. I really appreciate everything you did for me today. I'm going to fuck off. I'll go post these in the Discord right the fuck now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go eat and then, and I will drop this later tonight. So until next time, kick names, take ass, get the absolute fuck out of my house. I'm not raiding out. I'm just leaving. Okay? I love and appreciate you guys. Until fucking Sunday with me and Poops playing, Little Nightmares 3 again. I bid you adieu. Get out!